What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Traders Podcast. What is up, fellow traders? We are back here again to watch some live price action on AMC. Holy Toledo! Oh man, my mic's up here. What am I doing? We've got some crazy stuff to talk about here today. There's been a lot of good things happening here with AMC. I realized that my mic was up there. You don't need to drop it in the comment section. I realize. that was probably quiet, but we're back again. Welcome to the Traders Podcast. Gonna watch some live price action here on AMC. Talk about some different numbers that we have popping around here. There have been some new institutional buyers that have stepped into the game. I'm very excited to talk about. And there's some pretty interesting correlations between Amazon investors, institutional investors primarily, and AMC. So we're going to look at all this. We're going to look at the live price action here. I do have level 2 data up, so we're going to be able to watch in live time what is going on in terms of level 2 data, right? And I am very, very, very excited for that here today. So welcome, everybody. Vine up huge, huh? We'll take a quick peek at Vine. Ooh! What happened? Oh, no, this is the reverse split. That's the reverse split. That's why it's up. So they had a 4-to-1 reverse split, and that's why it's up so much. I forgot about that. Whatever. That is what it is. I put out a video talking about Vine if you do want to check that out, but that is what's up right now. Hope you are feeling well, brother. I'm doing just fine, my man. I appreciate the concern. I did have that incident pop up. I did have some stuff happen. Thank you to Adheem for the super chat. I do appreciate that. There's no need to drop a super chat. I generally do just enjoy doing these live streams and covering the live price action, but it is very much appreciated. MVIS, for anybody out there wondering, we'll take a quick peek at that, but we are going to be focusing primarily today on AMC, different AMC numbers, right? But Microvision is not going anywhere. This is a stock that I don't think is going to be below $20. I'd say in 2 weeks, it's not going to touch under $20 again. It looks good. It's on this nice ascending level of support. If you're looking for an entry point, I do think a buy in around 1850 is going to treat pretty well if it ends up pulling back. Trades triple crown trades. I don't know about that, man. I'm just another dude. I'm just another weeb like you boys and girls, and I just like this stock. It's just that simple. So as it sits right now, AMC in the pre-market is sitting at about $5.94. If we do take a quick peek at how much they're up 6.62% right now. At the peak of their little bump right here, we got up to $6.79. We were up about 18% on the day. So that is absolutely monumental. Absolutely loving everything about what's going on here with AMC. This is very exciting, my friends. It has been a long time coming. We've got some great stuff going down here today. We've got, of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys make your own investing decisions, but we do have AMC 2 million trending here. AMC Tuesday 2 million trending on Twitter and across Reddit threads, across Discords. So there are a lot of people that have been paying attention to that. I feel a lot of excitement. Oh man, I'm really excited to cover this here today. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to watch basically the Super Bowl in live action. It is going to be absolutely beautiful. Sen's going crazy. Man, I've been high up on Sens for quite a while. This is a stock that I've been putting on everybody's radar for quite some time. I think it's got a lot of potential to be a triple-digit stock down probably a year down the road, especially if they end up, surpassing Dexcom. But as it sits right now, I do have a call option. I've got 4 of them for a 5.5 strike price expiring on 19 March 21. I think this is just the beginning. I don't plan on selling that or exercising anytime soon, but this is just the beginning for Sensonics. I think it's going to be an absolutely crushing stock. Pop Squash said Sens is exploding $10 soon. I'm with you, my friend. I'm 100% with you. I love Sensonics. I'm going to be doing a little bit of portfolio rebalancing across both my my brokerage accounts, and I plan on very, very, very heavily weighting Sensonics along with MVIS. Which call option would you recommend for AMC today? I feel risky. So if you look at the call options, of course, there is a lot of risk involved with call options. Just keep that in the back of your mind. But if you are looking for a call option on AMC that you want to be careful about, you want to pretty much lock in profits, right? Right now it is trading at $5.59. So what you could do is set an expiration for March. Let's say March 5th, right? And you set it for $6. Right now the premium per share is going to be 82 cents, so that would come out to $82 for one contract, which is a pretty safe way to make sure that you are locking in profits and you can capitalize on the gains much, much easier in that way. There are quite a few options that we do see here in that $7 to $9 range. So if that does interest you, there is a lot of open interest, I would say between $6 and $9. And the premium for the $9 contract is not that expensive. You pay about $36 for one contract, which is a very, very, very cheap contract. Excited about that for sure. So one thing that I do want to show you guys here really quick, I do have a little bit of a stake in Bitcoin. I don't know why I have that pulled up, but I'm going to get out of that right now. Essentially, what we do have here, I'm going to pull this up, AMC institutional ownership. And we're going to show you the new institutional ownership that we have here in AMC. And this was updated as of today. As of today. So this isn't even updated here on Fintel yet, but if we just take a quick peek, I think it was... Who got into this? AMC institutional ownership Reddit. This should pop up pretty much instantly. Most recent institutional ownership. 4 days ago. So let me look at my Discord. I do have this floating around somewhere in the Discord for those who are interested. Actually, let us pull this up on Twitter. I know that I have this on Twitter. So we're just going to check this out here on Twitter really quick. And it's from MarketBeat. So we see that Charles Schwab Investment Management Incorporated has 1.7 million shares held currently in AMC. That is astronomical. That is $3.75 million that they have put into AMC. And guys, you want to pay attention to where big money. I called this a long time ago. I called this a long time ago. I said institutions are going to step into this long. You just wait on it. And it did end up happening. So we've got Charles Schwab in here with a monumental stake in AMC with 1.7 million total shares. As of the 13th, we've got American International Group Incorporated with 44,800 shares. We've got Stifel Financial Corporation, CAS, LPL, Public Employees Retirement System of Ohio, the manufacturer's life insurance company. There are quite a few companies in here that are increasing and beginning to take a stake in AMC. This is not by chance. That is not by chance in the least bit. So you need to pay attention to that. That's very, very important. Thank you for the super chats, my friends. Yeah, nope. Hey, man, love the content and the energy you always bring. Had to pick your brain on woof long term. Woof. All right, yeah, I'll take a quick peek. No problem. All right, so if we take a quick peek at woof, we will do that right now. So on the 1 month chart, we do have woof kind of trading sideways. They have been consolidating for quite some time. 15 EMA is trading underneath the 200 EMA, which is typically a sign of bearish territory. So this is just a little bit bearish. And I think once you start to see a little bit of pressure come back in for buyers, right, you're going to see the 15 EMA cross back over the 200 EMA, and that to me is going to signify the next upcoming run. If we look at this on the 3 month chart, yeah, it's been trading sideways for a while. I think there's better stocks out there in the market right now. I would come back to this once you see that 15 EMA cross over the 200 EMA, personally. That is just my 2 cents, my friend. Stock market looking good today. Love the channel, Trey. I'm with you, Corpse. I'm so on board. I think that the market's actually looking pretty solid today. Those long weekends typically are a good catalyst for good buyers, right? We typically see some nice buyers step in after a long weekend because of anticipation, right? People get sick of waiting for the market to reopen, and man, I've been waiting so long for this day, my friends. It's beautiful. Weekends are never the same. I say that Saturday and Sunday, it's just they're just Mondays now, and Monday through Friday, they're always Friday. Every day is Friday if you're invested in the stock market. So we're cooking with Crisco, baby. Have you heard of Gaxi? I have. I've got a couple of videos out on Gaxi, and I think they've got some pretty good potential. This is an OTC market stock, if you're not familiar. As it sits right now, if we look at them on the 1 month chart, they have begun a nice little run. Retracement of about 50% is a solid retracement, trading at about 0.065 right now. I think a good entry point is going to be right around 0.061. On the RSI, it's sitting at 62, a little bit overbought, so I would just wait for a small pullback at the very least. All right, Harry Gusto, is BP going to buy out Blue Sphere? I don't know for sure. That's honestly not a stock that I've looked a lot into. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't want to BS you guys and give you false hopes. That's not a company that I've looked into a whole lot. But as it sits right now, BP did gap up here in the pre-market, but it's moving down. Typically when you see a gap up followed by red candles, you're going to fill up that price action. So I'd watch for a fill up on that gap. I would be willing to bet you're going to see another pullback here today, but that's just my 2 cents. All right. So, as it sits right now, on the order twos with AMC, we've got a pretty solid amount of buyers waiting to get their orders filled at $5.90. So this should act as a pretty good buy wall, good level of support as it sits right now. You can see that it has acted as such so far here today in the live action. And we've got a nice sell wall sitting at, well, I shouldn't say nice, a stupid sell wall sitting at about $5.95. So a very, very tight price window. But I anticipate that once 8:30 strikes, right, the market opens. You're going to see a nice push here on AMC. Thomas Gregg, praying for you, Trey. Thanks for all the help on stocks. Going to see if you can look at EXO for me. Hey, man, I'm doing perfectly fine. I appreciate the prayers. I feel very healthy. I feel very happy. Life will continue to go on as it always does. So EXO as it sits right now, this is a great beat the hype sort of play. The 15 MA just crossed over the 200 MA. This could be the beginning of a nice little run. It's currently trading at $10.15. I feel pretty comfortable with a buy-in. I would say around here. At about $9, $10 even. $10 even seems pretty safe. RSI is at 61, so if it ends up pulling back, I would just hold for a little while. It should run. So if you're just tuning into the Traders Podcast, welcome to the Gorilla Gang, my friends. Drop some gorillas in the comment section. Everybody that is coming back to the channel, returning investors and traders, show some love to the new people here at the community, as everybody is welcome here at the Gorilla Gang. As it sits right now, we do have Charles Schwab did increase their stake, or I should say establish a stake in AMC with 1.7 million total shares, which is an astronomical, huge number that did take effect as of today. So that is groundbreaking, huge freaking news. And I did share something else on Twitter that I want to show you guys. So check this out. This was put together by Phantom Shares, Rango. All credit goes to him, but the numbers are still what they are. So check this out. Amazon's largest institutional investors. We've got the Manufacturers Life Insurance Company with 959,000 shares. Keep in mind that Amazon is an extremely expensive company, right? So you got the Manufacturers Life Insurance Company. You've also got Nomura, American, Public Employees, and Stifel. Well, check this out. AMC's latest institutional ownership. You've got Stifel Financial Corporation with 461,000 shares. American International, Nomura, Public, the Manufacturers Life Insurance Company. All of these companies did take a stake in AMC as of February 12th, February 13th, and February 12th. So that could be pretty huge. I don't think that's by coincidence. It could be by coincidence, right? We don't know for sure. There's no way to know. But I think it's very significant. It could tell a story about a potential Amazon buyout or acquisition of AMC, regardless of a squeeze, right? So pay attention to institutional ownership. I don't think that's by coincidence in the least bit, my friends. Alrighty. Alright, so we have got Michael Rabb buying 169 of AMC at 590. Looking for the buyout play from Amazon, though. It's possible, man. I think it's very possible, without a doubt. Especially considering all the recent institutional buyers that have been stepping in. I don't think that's by coincidence in the least bit. Killtide Gaming, I know I've asked and sorry to ask. I just want to see your thoughts of TLRY at the moment. Still learning candlesticks. Let me take a quick peek. I do want to focus primarily today on AMC and any other hot stocks that are popping as of now. But TLRY is a cannabis stock, from my understanding. They hit 77 bucks and came all the way back down to about 30.93. But it does look like they found the bottom. So we did see a nice wide range candle bounce here. We got that engulfing candlestick pattern, which to me signifies that we did find the bottom of the stock, right? So I anticipate that the only way this is going to go from here is up, unless you get a negative news catalyst that comes out. So I feel pretty comfortable about that. I don't see it pulling back any more than that. That looks pretty solid, my friend. All right, so Travis says, if you're so bullish on Sens, wouldn't you buy 5.5 call options for January 21, 2022 to maximize profits? I definitely could do that. So if I pull up Sens, the biggest difference is just going to be a premium price. So the farther out that you set a contract, the more you have to pay, right? So if I was to buy the same contract here, it'd be $2.85 per share instead of $1, which is what I paid. So the premium is cheaper to keep it in closer, and I can just keep compounding that effect and keep buying options, call options, throughout time to capitalize on the gains. That's my 2 cents there, my friend. I'm getting some requests to slow down the chat, so I will drop the overall chat rate here. I do have it at a 3 second, but I'm going to change it to about 8. So you've got slow mode set here on the chat. We're going to set that to 8 seconds. So I do want to focus primarily today on AMC, my friends. I do hope that you guys understand that and respect it. I do want to be respectful to the people that did click on the video for primarily AMC. So we are going to focus on that here today. So as we had stated, we do have those institutional buyers that did step in here for AMC, right? The same buyers that did step in for Amazon, which is very critical. We've got 4 companies that are invested in Amazon that did decide to get into AMC as of February 12th and 13th. So that is absolutely beautiful. Loving everything about that setup there. On the 1 month chart, if we exclude this candle wick, we do have a beautiful, you already know what it is, the George W, an ascending George W nonetheless. So we've got this beautiful bottom out right here. We've got another little bottom out right here, right? We briefly broke beneath this this ascending level of support. We got a nice gap up here, wide range candle, small pullback here so far in the pre-market, but we are 15 minutes away from the market open, and with all of the information that's come out to us, we know about the Tuesday 2 million, we know about the different institutional investors that have stepped into AMC. I feel pretty comfortable in saying that AMC should have a pretty nice run here within the next 1, 2, or 3 days. This could be just the beginning, my friends. I'm telling you, this is not a dead cat. Dead cat, dead cat, dead cat, dead. Take a shot, my friends. Take a shot. That's how she goes. All right, so JAGX, I'm very bullish on JAGX. I do want to focus primarily here today on AMC, but I do think JAGX is going to have its time. It's just trading sideways right now, my friend. Hey, no problem, Cheddar. Cheddar, I do try my best to respect everything that you guys are here for. I'm not a clickbaity kind of guy. I just want to give it to you straight how it is. And the title of the video is AMC Live Action. So I do want to focus on that. I will, briefly step over to other stocks that are popping. I know that Sens is doing pretty well so far in the pre-market. SOS is up pretty crazy high right now. But I do want to focus primarily today on AMC. Hope you don't have any energy drinks in this stream. We will be watching you. Oh, man. I know it. I'm not drinking any energy drinks. I do have coffee, though. You can't cut me off from caffeine completely. I need at least something. But no energy drinks. I'm cutting back on that, my friends. So, as it sits, I don't know if you guys were able to catch the last video, but I did have another heart issue pop up here last Sunday. I did end up going back to the hospital for what they called supraventricular tachycardia, which is essentially your heart beating in an irregular beat, too fast or too slow, that induced a ladder infarction, which is a heart attack. Their hypothesis there is that it could be genetic. My dad did pass away from a heart condition about 5 years ago, and he was a very healthy guy, very fit, very active, loved throwing discs, loved playing frisbee golf. I love playing frisbee golf too. Not that that matters, but it does seem to be genetic, so I'm going to be very careful about what I do to take care of my heart until we get a diagnosis in a way that I can fix this moving forward. All right, Theo, thank you, my friend. Michael Rabb, pre-market MVIS is crazy. You don't have to look at it, but I just wanted you to know it just reached $20 again. I actually did look at MVIS. I am so bullish on MVIS. That is my favorite stock in the entire market, easily. To me, that is going to be a triple-digit company by the end of the year. They sell pickaxes to the coal miners, my friends. MVIS is a huge, monumental company. Also, if you guys would not mind, do me a favor and dropping a like on the video for the Gorilla Gang. That is all that I want, my friends. I promise you. I am a simple man. I am a simple ape. Ape just likes bananas, and ape likes when Gorilla Gang is here rocking with the community. I do want to show you guys, I have been asked about this quite a bit. The Gorilla Gang merch store is live. We are adding new designs as often as we can. We've got a nice George W. shirt. We've got a Gorilla Gang t-shirt. We've got a GameStonk shirt, right? We've got a bunch of other really cool stuff in here. Different hoodies, different masks, different accessories. So if you are interested in that, you can definitely check it out. I do have that linked in the description box of the video if you do want to check that out. Of course, I really don't care, my friends. I'm just glad that you're here rocking with the community. As it sits right now, not MVIS, AMC is starting to move again here in the pre-market. We've got a beautiful little George W. forming here on the one minute chart, right? So we got the bottom out right here. We've got another bottom right here. We've got a nice ascending level of support, nice moving channel, right? And we do like to see that because this is going to act as a level of support, microscopically speaking, on the one-day chart. So that looks good. We always look for these 3 touch points to signify a respective level of support or resistance. We do have that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points here. So this should act as a nice level of support if this does end up coming back down. As it sits right now on the level 2s, we are looking at a level of resistance sitting at about $6.10, which is up here. That is where we have the most current sellers. Unusual compared to how AMC typically trades. If you've been able to keep up with the price action here on AMC, typically you see pretty even spreads across the ask, and that is very typical of shorting. So when hedge funds will short a stock, they will take increments of a couple hundred at a time so that they can algorithmically ladder the stock price down and trick the market maker system into thinking that the stock is being very heavily sold. And we're not seeing that here today. We're seeing a pretty big wall sitting at $6.10, and otherwise not as much action happening here on the ask. On the bid, it is a pretty even spread. There is no particularly large buy wall. So as it sits right now, the largest buy wall is sitting at about $5.96. So this should act as a nice level of support as we are sitting right now. Man, I am so excited, my friends. This has been a while in the making. I don't think we're going to hit $100 by any means today, but I do think there's some good potential for this to be the setup for a nice, slow, steady climb to get back into that squeeze potential. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I do think that what you're going to need for this to squeeze is going to be the volume. Without the volume, we're not going to see the nice movements happen that we want to happen. Gonna read off some of these super chats. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in right now. We're gonna read off. Aaron, for us AMC bag holders at $12 plus, what is the potential of the stock to retrieve some of those unrealized losses? I think extremely high. I think without a squeeze, this stock is going to be worth $20 by June. Without a squeeze. Without an Amazon acquisition either. So I think if you wait this out, you're going to, if you have the opportunity to average down, I think you're really going to benefit from holding onto this play. Think about this. Your Roth IRA guy, if you get to a 10% annual return, that is doing very, very well. And if you can double up this stock, right, with a $10 average price in 6 months, you're crushing, my friends. That's absolutely beautiful. So I don't mind that in the least bit. This is Webull for Gabriel. Day traders are going to try to take advantage of today and sell any peak we get, canceling our momentum from the hype of today. Please tell me I'm wrong. It's possible, Reagan. I'm not going to lie to you. If this is a volatile stock, if the float is low, if there's a lot of volume pumping on this, you're definitely going to have day traders that step into it. But long term, right? Midterm to long term, I still think the potential is going to be there, right? So a squeeze happens regardless of day trading. It completely depends on the total float, right? So we want a low float, which is going to increase the demand of the stock, right? We want that high short interest so that shorts have to cover their positions, which you do know that we currently have, right? So that's pretty significant. I feel pretty good about that. I want to show you guys something that I have pulled up on my Discord. So give me 1 second to find this here really quick. All right, so I'm going to come over here to my messages. I had this sent to me by a friend, and this is very interesting information. So check this out. I wanted to tell you, I figured out what Fintel was doing with short interest. They basically only take the FINRA reported short volume, missing data from other exchanges like BATS, New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ, but then they utilize all the exchanges markets for the daily volume. Basically, they are severely misinterpreting the short ratio and artificially deflating it by only pulling data they want to show. Anyways, maybe someone else mentioned this already, but figured I would mention it too. I actually sent a tweet to Fintel, etc. But essentially what's happening here, we've talked about the Fintel misinterpretation of short interest data. So let's check this out. AMC short interest on Fintel. We've seen the numbers change, right? And they claim it's because they misinterpreted the data, that they gave wrong data, right? But we know now this is pretty blatant manipulation in my mind, right? So we see 8 million total short volume on the 12th. I don't think that's the true short volume. I think it's actually quite a bit higher than is being reported here on Fintel. And if this is true, what Go Chuck Rocks is saying, that could be pretty significant data. So keep that in the back of your mind. I feel pretty positive about what's going on here with that. All right. Jose says, when is the best time to sell out of AMC? What's the game plan? Also, can you do a tutorial on how you have Webull set up? I do actually have a Webull tutorial video out, my friend. So I will pull this up for you just so you can see it. On my channel, I will show you the Webull video. So if I come over here to my channel and just take a quick peek at the videos that I have posted, it's a little ways back. I think I posted this about a week ago, maybe a little bit more, but it's right here. So how to use Webull Desktop 2021, step-by-step walkthrough. I do have a video out on how to do that, but as far as AMC goes, the exit plan, right? So squeezes can last anywhere between a couple hours to a couple of days. And you're going to know when the squeeze is happening because a stock will be up hundreds and hundreds, perhaps even thousands of %, right? So you're going to know when the squeeze is happening, and maybe you don't sell it at the exact top, right? Maybe you want to take profits when it's reaching the top, when it's escalating. We don't want you to leave briefcases on the table, but securing some profits on the way up, I think, is a very intelligent strategy, and that's personally what I intend on doing with the squeeze potential here for AMC, which I do very highly still believe exists. I want to check out Ortex's data regarding AMC short interest. So we are going to pull that up here really quick. Ortex is a website that I do personally pay about $550 a year to utilize the most up-to-date information regarding short interest. So I'm just going to log in here really quick to Ortex. And we're going to check out AMC. And we're going to look at the AMC overall short interest data that we have available to us right now. So if we click on here, we will get, I take this with a little less of a grain of salt than I do Fintel. I think this is more relevant information, but the current percentage of free float on loan is 20.29%, which is not super high. That's pretty low. And then we've got shares on loan of about 75 million, days to cover sitting at about 0.61, cost to borrow sitting also pretty low at about 4%. That is an annual interest rate that is accrued on short shorting a stock. And then we have 68.1% utilization, which is actually down from where we were on Friday. So there may have been some shorts that sold out of their positions to cover some losses here in AMC. I never want to BS you guys. I want to be completely transparent, right? So the utilization rate is not as high as it was previously. But nonetheless, this is still an extremely high utilization rate. And I think that is a significant number to pay attention to. Something that I also think is misinterpreted is the exchange reported short interest. So we see the short interest that was reported on 9th of February. This is talking about 29th January. So this is not current short interest on the stock. This is talking about the short interest between this time period, right? So the short interest that we're seeing now is going to be vastly different than what was reported on the 9th of February. So that is very, very significant. I do want to point that out to you guys. That's a big deal. Oh, man. AMC's not looking bad right now, my friends. We are up 8.23% right now. Here in the pre-market, we are about 5 minutes away from market open. As it sits right now, we've got a pretty solid buy wall sitting at about $6.03. We've got a pretty, the biggest sell wall sitting at about $6.10, which is where we previously had this level of resistance. We have begun a little bit of a nice movement. 15 MA is trading underneath the 200 EMA as it sits right now here on the microscopic chart on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. However, I do think this is going to end up changing pretty drastically upon market open. I'm not going to be selling, my friends. In fact, I plan on adding to my position. I'm going to be doing a little bit of portfolio rebalancing in my other brokerage account. That way I can add to AMC and some other stocks that I have some very high convictions in. UAMI before market open. So UAMI I think is going to be a good midterm stock, but it also has potential for short-term gains. Up about 8.8% here in the pre-market, and I think they're going to have some really nice movement here in market open. They are in conversations. They've got their antimony product, right, which is a material that is used in batteries for electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles. And if they can end up capitalizing on that, I think there's a lot of solid potential. There's rumors that they're talking to Ambry. Currently, they have a signed non-binding contract talking about, some sort of way they can work together to produce these batteries, right? And Ambry works with Bill Gates. Bill Gates has investment in Ambry, so that's a big deal that ends up panning out. Thank you, Archmage Raven. I appreciate that, my friend. You've seen the evidence suggesting that hedges have been using ETFs holding GameStop, such as XRT, to make it appear they've covered their shorts. I have seen that. So I'll pull that up right now. Hedges, ETF, GME. Reddit. So we'll see if we can find this article really quick. No, that's not it. If anybody has a link and you want to drop it, I will definitely check it out. So just drop a link for me, but I have seen that. Essentially what Steven is talking about is hedge funds, if they want to, can use ETFs essentially as a way to make it appear they've covered their short positions when in fact they're using these ETF funds to short a stock, which is going to change how the overall short interest numbers look for us on data sites such as Fintel, Ortex, or FINRA. I think it's very possible. I mean, we've seen them stoop to some pretty crazy levels to make it look like AMC is a dead cat. Not a dead cat, by the way. Very live cat. It's got more than 9 lives. It's got like 90 lives. AMC is cooking with Crisco right now. Maybe we should say coconut oil. I think coconut oil is healthier, but it is what it is. Regardless, I think it's very possible, without a doubt. Have I looked at Forbes' Twitter from last night? I did look at that. So we are going to pull it up here really quick. I'm going to pull up Twitter. And we're going to check out Forbes. I think I retweeted it. So let me just take a quick peek. This is also very significant. So, check this out. Forbes retweeted this Amazon Goes to the Movies. This was actually tweeted a year ago. And they just retweeted it here yesterday, which I think is significant. Right? There's a lot of things pointing in the direction that an Amazon acquisition or buyout is very likely and very possible. We can consider that, a bunch of different news sources are talking about this again. We can see that institutional buyers from Amazon are starting to invest in AMC, right? So that's significant as well. I think it's very possible. I don't know what the time frame is going to look like. Nobody that tells you a time frame is telling you the truth, to be honest. Nobody knows what happens with company acquisitions. The deals, the talks are very, very underneath the radar, right? So there's no way to know for sure what's going on there. But when it happens, you'll know, because you're going to wake up to your account looking absolutely disgusting, filthy. And that is how it works, my friends. So I did get a link here for that Reddit article. So I am going to pull this up for everybody to check out here in just a second. So check this out. XRT is being used to hide GME shorts. XRT currently sits at 190% short float, peaking on February 1st at over 800% short float. So check this out. we're onto something here, boys. Notice how the massive drop in GameStop shorts correlates exactly with the peak short of XRT, which has shorted over 800% of float that day. Hedge funds bought to cover their GME shorts while simultaneous shorting XRT, which is an ETF that contains GameStop. They bought long positions in all stocks contained in the ETF to stay net short GME. They did not cover. They did not cover. This is applicable to AMC as well. Very similar situation. Of course, the numbers are not the same for AMC, right? But the premise is the same, right? So it is possible to see that happening in regards to the short interest on AMC. My friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang, we are 10 seconds away from market open. Very excited to see what ends up happening here. This is looking absolutely beautiful. I am so excited for the day today. Let us see if we have another beautiful day here with AMC. We are at market open. It is 8:30 a.m. as of right now. And AMC is not currently moving. All right. So we're sitting at $5.97 on the level twos. We've got the most possible buys. It's sitting at about $5.90 as of right now. No large sell walls. Actually, this looks like a pretty picture perfect shorting situation. We've got hundreds of shares being spread across the ask. Largest sell wall sitting at about $6.09. So we're going to adjust these levels of resistance and support. As of right now, we've got the largest buy wall sitting at $5.90. Pretty nice even spread across the bid right now in terms of buyers. Pretty even spread across the ask as well for sellers. I anticipate you're going to see a pretty nice run here. As of right now, we have about 8.9 million in total volume on the day. RSI is currently sitting at 39. We've got the 15 MA approaching the 200 EMA, coming very close, starting to level off here. We want to see a bounce off of this ascending level of support. That to me is going to signify that we are still continuing this upward trajectory on the 1 minute chart, microscopically speaking. Largest buy wall still sitting at $5.90. Even spread across the ask as of right now. All right. Corpse says, everyone drop a like on the video. We love this stonk. We love this stonk, baby. Game stonk, AM stonk. That's how she goes. All right, so we pushed through that 590 buy wall. So we're waiting to see if we see a bounce off of $5.80, which is the next large buy wall on the level 2. With 28,000 total shares waiting to get filled. We've got many more buyers and sellers as it's sitting right now. Still about 4.56% here in the pre-market with AMC. RSI is pushing 29. 15 MA is starting to create a downward trajectory as it sits right now. Atos bullish flag from Friday and George W. today. Atos is a stock that I'm very bullish on. This is a stock that's set up. It's set up very well. It's not green right now, but if you buy into this today, I think at the end of the week, you're going to be very, very happy that you did, without a doubt. The 15 MA just crossed over the 200 MA. You've got a nice wide range candle bar signifying this is the bottom. Now it's consolidating. I don't mind where that's at in the least bit. Coming back here to AMC, we're sitting up about 6% so far here on the day. Why are the candles looking so goofy? Gotta change this to the 1-day chart. Alrighty. So as it sits right now, we're sitting at about $5.97. We've got the largest buy wall still sitting at about $5.90 or so. We started a little bit of a upward movement, but I want to see an engulfing candlestick pattern signifying that we have found the bottom here so far at market open. You typically see the most volume and volatility at market open. We do have a nice candlestick pattern right here. This is called a shooting star or a hammer candle. This typically indicates that there's weak selling pressure and very strong buying pressure. So essentially what happened is we have sellers try to push the price down to 582, and by the end of this 1 minute candle, buyers push the price back up to close at about $5.92. We have the beginning of an engulfing candlestick pattern right now. This is a nice wide range green candle that we are seeing right now on the level, on the charts, the 1 minute chart as it is sitting at this current moment. Current volume, we're seeing about 822,000, 379,000. So that was a good move. That was a good 1 minute candle off, not a lot of volume. That's looking pretty solid. We've got a nice buy wall sitting at about $5.95 as it sits right now. So if we see some sort of pullback, that should act as a nice level of support. We did end up respecting this ascending level of support right here. So that does look very nice, my friends. CTRM. How does CTRM look? We will take a quick peek at CTRM. I do want to focus primarily today on AMC. For everybody here, I do want to respect everybody's time, but CTRM is setting up about 7% as of right now. I do think you're likely to see a retest of $2 on CTRM very soon. I would anticipate sometime today or tomorrow. That is my 2 cents with CTRM. Very bullish on CTRM without a doubt. All right. High Tide, 85. Smarter move to try benefit from the squeeze or wait out for the potential buyout if announced. UI Goku guy. Oh, UI Goku guy, dude. I love your picture, man. I love Dragon Ball Z. UI Goku is the most goddamn awesome character in the entire show. Super is so awesome. Anyways, I think you can play it off both ways. So if the squeeze doesn't happen and you want to wait for a potential buyout if announced, you're going to make just as much money. I shouldn't say just as much, but a good amount of money from that buyout potential. I think there's a lot of potential with the buyout, so you're not going to go wrong either way. All right. So I do want to take a quick peek at Sens. This is a stock that I have been talking about here on the channel. Currently sitting up about $4.84. If you're able to get into this back when I put a video up, you would have been able to get in at about $3.70 or so. You'd be up about $1 per share right now. I do have an option contract. I've got 4 call options on a 5.5 strike price expiring 19 March 21. And 61 shares here as well. I'm going to be dropping a pretty hefty position in Sensonics down the road. I do also have a couple of call options on AGTC, which is up about 4.8% so far in the regular market hours. Looking pretty solid there as well. SOS, that is another stock that I did put out here. I did put out a video on this morning. It is up 40% right now. It did touch $10.76, which looks very, very good. And I think Torchlight is also another stock that has got some great potential. Man, so many hot stocks popping so far in the market. Up 45% here on the day. Currently sitting at 47 on the RSI. So if you want to scalp this, if you want to day trade this, now is a decent time to buy in. Back here to AMC. Currently, we're sitting at $5.91. We've got some pretty long candle wicks sitting underneath these candles. That to me indicates there's some pretty weak selling pressure. I think it's only a matter of time until you see this start to move in a nice upward direction. If you look at the time and sales, you see a lot of green popping in here, my friends. That green looks absolutely filthy. I'm loving what we're seeing right there in terms of the sales. Nice even spread across the bid. We've got a pretty large wall sitting at about $5.98 right now on the ask. So that is going to be the biggest level of resistance that we're looking at right now. No current levels of support on the level 2s, but what we do have is a level of support down here with 3 touch points at about $5.89. So if it does end up testing that again, I'd be looking for a bounce. We did get a nice doji candle right here. Doji candles typically indicate indecision. And a green doji candle typically slightly favors buyer territory. So what a doji candle is, if you're not familiar, is essentially you've got a very long wick like this, right? And you open and close at the exact same price that you open and close at the exact same price. So that typically looks like a cross, as you can see right here. That is a bullish indicator if it is a green doji candle. So we are waiting to see confirmation here. We are still trading underneath the 200 EMA with the 15 MA. But nonetheless, we do know the situation here. We do know the institutional buyers did step into the stock, right? We've got Schwab that took a very, very hefty stake. We've got 4 different Amazon companies, institutional owners of Amazon that stepped into AMC on February 12th and 13th. So that is very significant news, my friends. I do think we're starting to warm up here for a pretty solid run. On the RSI, we're forming the beginning of a George W. This is a nice looking George W. I don't mind that in the least bit. That looks good. Still have a large sell wall sitting at $5.98. We got a large sell wall, as I said, sitting at $5.98. So that is what we're looking at right now. All right, I will check out GSAT here very briefly. So GSAT is down about 1%. I think this is going to be a good long-term stock. If you're looking for a potential entry point into the company, oh, what a filthy George W. I think it's getting ready for a run. I think buying in right now is a pretty safe bet. If you can get this at 239, I think that is the best possible entry point at this current moment. AMC is sitting up 5.9% here in the regular market hours. All right, Frederick, thank you, my friend. Julio, I am drinking water, I promise you. I'm drinking water. You guys are so funny. I love the support, I really do. All right, Sean Elliott says, hey, Trey, can you quickly explain how shareholders get paid or benefit from a buyout? Never held a security that was bought out. Great question. So, if a company is acquired, shareholders receive basically a stake of the buyout. So, MVIS, for example, MVIS has rumors of potential buyouts from companies like Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, and Ford. And if they end up getting bought out for, let's say, $10 billion, shareholders receive a cut per $1 billion in sales. For Microvision, I think it is about $7 a share. So if you had a $10 billion acquisition per share, you'd receive about $70, which is a huge amount, right? So the number is going to look different for every single company. There's no way that we can know for sure how much money you're going to make from an AMC, Amazon deal, but the cut would be very hefty. You'd walk away very happy. Amazon is a huge company, and if they offer something to AMC, it's because they genuinely see some potential for growth. And honestly, at that point, I'd feel pretty comfortable holding that beyond the buyout, because I'll tell you what, if Microvision is bought out, I will continue to hold my stake in the company. I will not be selling because of the buyout. All right. Do you know about Cash App? It's not updating stock. So I don't personally use Cash App, but that could be because of some pretty extreme demand in AMC. That'd be my 2 cents there, my friends. Ephraim says MVIS will never be bought out by Tesla. So I know that Elon Musk says he doesn't like LiDAR because it's bulky, it's ugly, it's not aesthetic. But I genuinely think that MVIS is a very aesthetic stock. I agree with the fact that Tesla is not a likely candidate, but they're a possible candidate. I think the most likely is going to be Apple, Ford. We do know that Ford dropped Velodyne, which is a very significant news catalyst, right? And Microsoft. All three of which are trying to get into the autonomous vehicle game. I think those are the more likely, but Tesla is a possibility nonetheless. So as it sits right now, we're looking at the largest sell wall or buy wall sitting at about $5.80 with 40,000 total shares waiting to get filled. Largest sell wall on the level 2 sitting at $5.98 as we see right now. We are testing this level of support that we previously discussed at about what would be $5.90. It does look like we may have broken underneath that, but we're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening. Davers Randall says, Trey, I work for the VA and can help with your compensation if you get discharged. IG, piloting possible, and spend time with your girlfriend, sir. Yeah, I will do, my friend. You know, I'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on, but you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna make the best out of it. I love my job. I love being able to do different things and diversify my energy into different niches. But if I end up getting, you know, a medical board out of the Army, life will go on, my friends. I will continue to do what I do. I will be a very happy man regardless. I promise you. Why no mention of Schwab buying AMC, says Albert Pack. I did actually mention that, I promise you. I talked about this, I did retweet it on Twitter. If you're able to catch the beginning of the live stream, we did mention this as well, but I will show you this right now. So, Charles Schwab Investment Management Incorporated, if you're just tuning in now, did take a pretty hefty stake in AMC with 1.77 million shares as of today, which is huge. That is a huge, huge number, right? And we do see that there are other companies that are actually invested in Amazon, which did also take a stake. Stifel, I know for sure. I think LPL, Public Employees Retirement, and I think American International all have stakes in Amazon as well as AMC. So that is very significant. I think that is a big, big deal. Regardless of squeeze potential, I think AMC is going to be a big runner. I'm actually a little bit surprised here by the price action. I thought that you'd see a nice little run here at the beginning of the day, but we are seeing a little bit of selling pressure. As it sits right now, we are in a pretty harsh downward moving channel. Let me drink some water, guys. Holy Toledo. All right. So we're in a pretty harsh downward moving channel. We do have a level of support sitting at $5.80 according to the level 2s. We need a break from this descending level of resistance in order to get back into some bullish territory. 15 MA is creating a gap between the 200 EMA. So this is a little bit of bearish territory right now. We really want to, microscopically speaking, get away from this gap that is starting to form. It's going to take some buyer stepping back in and a break over this descending level of resistance. Until we break out of this downward moving channel, this is pretty bearish territory. We want a wide range candle, which would be something like this candle right here, to break away from this level of resistance as it is right now. Hey, thank you, Will Watts. I appreciate that, my friend. All right. Can you look at DFFN? Great setup for a run on news. I do really want to focus on AMC here today, my friend. Otherwise, I would check that out. I apologize. I want to respect everybody that clicked on the video for AMC. I do appreciate the super chat, but I want to stand firm in the fact that this is an AMC-focused video today. I appreciate that very much, though. Sean, I know this is about AMC, but what do you think about American Manganese? As I just stated previously, Sean, I do want to focus on AMC here today. I don't think it's fair for me to pick and choose who I'm going to cover here, but if there is, you know, not much happening with AMC, I will briefly check out other stocks, so we will come back, you know, if there is not much happening here with AMC. But we are waiting for a push here. We do have some nice catalysts that should help push the price here with AMC. My level 2 Webull AMC chart appears more consolidated than yours, and yours is more volatile. I'm also on 1 day range, 1 minute interval. Can you explain why? So I'm not sure. Oh, you are using Webull. I'm not totally sure, man. I don't know if it's the internet connection by any chance, but this is updating in real time. So I'm not entirely sure why that'd be the case. I don't want to give you guys any false information. That's just something that I genuinely don't have an answer for. I want to be honest with you. What is your predicted price for AMC, says Leo? So, if there's not a squeeze, right, and there's not an Amazon buyout, I think by June, you're going to see the stock at $20 to $25. That is my 2 cents. I think that is what it's worth, in my opinion, especially with COVID lifting, quarantine lifting. You're getting vaccines starting to push out. I know personally in the Army, a lot of my peers and myself are getting vaccinated here very soon. In fact, I'm getting a vaccine sometime today. So, I'm going to be COVID-free, baby. So excited to not have to worry about that junk anymore. I'll tell you what. I'm excited for the day that I never have to wear a mask again, because that is what I genuinely despise the most about this COVID stuff. I know it's not hard. I'm always going to do it. I'm not going to be that guy that throws a pissy fit, but it's definitely just annoying. It's one of those things where it's like, man, I wish we could just go back. I'm just excited. I'm excited for the normal days when I can walk around outside without a mask on and not feel like it's goofy to be walking around without a mask on. Martin, that's definitely it. So there is a delay for stream. The delay for stream is inevitable. There's nothing that I can do about that. So what you guys are seeing on my level 2s is probably like a 10 to 15 second delay. So that's the reasoning behind why you're seeing, probably different numbers. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think about that. So take that for what it is. Vine is on the upswing. I'll check out Vine here very briefly. They did do a 4-to-1 reverse split, so I'm actually surprised that the people are bullish on this. I didn't think that would be the case, but this isn't a gap up. Essentially what happened is Vine did a 4-to-1 reverse split. They turned 4 shares into 1. So if you had 4 shares worth $2.50, now they're worth $10. And I'm actually surprised it's moving well. I wanted to watch the price action here before I consider taking a stake, but that's what you're looking at right now with Vine. All right, so AMC, we're going to take another look here on the 1-day, 1-minute chart. We are testing out this level of support at $5.80. 43,000 total shares waiting to get filled at $5.80, and they were eaten up pretty fast. There are still more buyers than sellers on the level 2s as it is sitting right now, but we do have a nice level of support, a nice buy while sitting at $5.75 if it does end up coming to that. Overall volume that we're looking at, we are seeing a pretty decent amount of volume per minute. We're seeing between 100,000 to 500,000 shares, except for the first minute of the day, which we did see 9.2 million total shares traded. So that is pretty decently high. You should cross-check the short interest of IDLB and IWM against AMC. Those are two ETFs with a lot of AMC stock and are heavily shorted ETFs. I'm going to check that out. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even think of that. Thank you, Gareth Welke. So IDLB short interest. Let's check this out. I don't even think this is the right ticker. Oh yeah, we are. Hey, we're cooking. So it doesn't have any data available here, at least on the NASDAQ. I'll double check a different source. IDLB. There's no numbers. That's really weird. Let's see if we have anything for IWM. So IWM, we've got something. Short interest ratio, this is the days to cover. That's actually pretty high, 3.5 days. That means it's more difficult for shorts to cover their positions. Percent of flow, we don't have a number. Short percent increase is up 19%. The current short interest is 94.1 million, which is pretty decently high. That's actually higher than it was previously. That's significant. That's a large amount of short interest. I like to see that a lot. And those are IDLB and IWM against AMC. Two ETFs with a lot of AMC stock. So that makes sense. That could be a way that hedge funds are trying to beat down AMC without appearing to do so. That would not surprise me in the least bit. Overall, AMC short interest, if we do just take a quick peek, take Fintel with a grain of salt, but what we do have available here on Fintel is saying that it is about 8 million shares total as of February 12th. I don't completely believe this. If you're just tuning into the live stream, I do want to share with you guys a little bit of information that was given to me that I think would be relevant for everybody out there wondering. So let me just find my Discord really quick here. Discord. I don't know why I'm not finding this. All right, so I'm just going to pull up a new tab for Discord. So I'm going to pull up the information that was given to me on Discord, and I'm going to show you what it's talking about. So essentially what this is talking about is the fact that Fintel is misrepresenting the overall daily volume on short interest. So basically, only take the FINRA reported short volume, missing data from other exchanges like BATS, NYSE, and NASDAQ, but then utilize all the exchanges markets for the daily volume. So what they're doing is misinterpreting the overall percentage. So if you take the total daily volume across all markets, but only take the FINRA reported short volume, right, you're not getting the whole picture. So that's why I take this with a grain of salt. We know that the numbers are probably not being represented entirely right, which is why I think some hedge funds are likely shorting these ETFs, such as, you know, Gareth pointed out, IDLB and IWM, which have stakes in AMC. That's a way that you can see this popping off in that certain direction. People are saying that SENS is rocketing right now. Ho, look at it go! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Look at it go! Ho! SENS is doing his thing! Yes! Oh, baby! That is beautiful! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes, sir. Now I'm only wishing I'd bought more call options. I love it. That's nice. Dang, dude. All right. No breakdown needed, but check out your girl Mavis. I know, MVIS is doing its thing. I love Mavis. I love my girlfriend to death. She took great care of me when I ended up in the ER. She bought me a BLT, which is absolutely beautiful. I had some nice vegetables too, but she took good care of me. I love Mavis almost as much. Almost as much. If I had to have a side girl, it would be my girl, MVIS, Mavis. What an absolute beauty. Just a sexy, beautiful, powerful woman. I just can't get enough. Can't get enough of this stock, my friends. I love him. I love Mavis. I love Mavis. All right. Should you buy SENS now or wait for a dip? I would not buy SENS right now. Wait for a pullback. You'd never want to buy a stock and chase it, right? As traders, we're the only people on the planet that will buy something when it's overvalued and sell something when it's undervalued, right? So we want to buy on the dips and sell on the rips. So if you can really get that emotional, you know, the FOMO out of the equation, it makes the most logical sense to predict those runs like we did with SENS, right? So I've been talking about SENS for about a week now, actually longer than that, but the potential here as of late, I've been talking about SENS, you know, in the last week, and we predicted this run, my friends. So if you want to pay attention to that stuff, just tune into the channel. You're gonna do pretty well. You guys call me psycho. It is what it is. It is what it is. What if there's a squeeze? So if there's a squeeze on AMC, you are going to know. You will absolutely know 100% if there's a squeeze here with AMC, because squeezes are hundreds and hundreds of percents, sometimes thousands of percents. So when this squeezes, it's going to be violent. Like, you're not going to question it for a second if it's squeezing or not. You'll know. You will know. Why is nobody talking about how China owns Webull? So China does own Webull, but I don't mind Webull as a platform. That is true. That is true. If you do not want to support the Chinese market, Webull is not the exchange for you. It's not the brokerage account for you, right? But I personally like Webull and the commodities that it offers. It's a very easy to learn platform. It's easy to utilize and change to however you want to, you know, set up the platform. But that's my 2 cents. Of course, if you don't want to support Webull, I think there are other great platforms out there. I think Moomoo is a great platform. If you want to check that out, I'll show you this really quick. Moomoo stock trading app. And I think SoFi is also another good option if you want to check out SoFi. Both are solid brokerage platforms that have, you know, a lot of good things going for them. All right. Trey, even if 2 mil Tuesday happens, wouldn't the hedging short ladder keep it from growing? Like we see now, bought 50 shares are market open too. It's very possible. It's 100% very possible. It's tough to say for sure what's going to happen here, but I don't think today is going to be the day when you see some crazy moves. It's going to come down to this being the setup, right? This is going to be the setup to get more people to invest in the stock. That's my 2 cents. You guys will have to excuse the fact that my camera is lagging a little bit. I am currently using my hotspot on my phone as internet, as the hotel Wi-Fi is down. So take that for what it is. There's not much that I can do about that right now. I will try my best to keep it rocking as best as I can. So AMC, as we're sitting right now, did break out of this descending level of resistance, this downward moving channel. We saw a nice wide range candle bar, which you can see right here. A wide range candle, if you're not familiar, is a candle that covers a lot of price action. So we can see here, this is a wide range candle. It has a small wick, followed by long body, right? So we see this long body on the candle, signifying that we have broken out of this downward moving channel. That is what this is looking like right here. So that is a good way to indicate that we have broken out of some selling pressure. We are getting another wide range candle start to step in here right now. We are currently sitting up about 5.5% on the day. Nice wide range candle starting to move. Overall volume, if we just move this out a little bit, we are looking at 322,000 total shares here so far. On level 2s, we've got the most buyers waiting to get orders filled at about $5.80. Largest sell wall still sitting at $5.98. So pushing over $6 is going to take a lot of volume. That's going to be a hard push. It's going to take a lot of volume to push in and get that moving again. We'll see the hedge funds flee from AMC. Holding is key for setting us free. 100%, my friend. Let's play COD after this. LOL. Cold War, baby. Cold War is fun. I have an absolute blast with that. In fact, let me know what you guys think. I've actually had some people asking about this. Dude, is your name really Trey's Gorilla Gang? No way. Do I have a YouTube account following right now called Trey's Gorilla Gang? Bro. Ooh, that's cool. I'm kind of fanboying right now. Trey's Gorilla Gang, you deserve millions of dollars. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. That is sick. All right. But yeah, holding is the key for sure. I was asked this question on StockTwits, and it was this. Trey, what will happen if we hold all the available shares on AMC? And people are freaking out. They're like, if nobody can buy, how is the stock price going to go up? And that is what's beautiful, my friends, is that is how the stock price goes up. So then you decrease the overall supply. It's the basic laws of economics, right? High supply equals low demand. Low supply equals high demand, right? So if you have no supply, the demand goes absolutely freaking insane. That is when you're going to see a huge push here, because the sellers, the shorts, at that point have to buy at whatever price you sell it for, right? So if you say you're selling it for $100, everybody says they're selling it for $100, right? That is what's going to end up happening, is they're going to have to buy it for $100 because there's no other buyers that are offering it for lower. So at the end of the day, if we see that happen where we're holding the majority of shares available for AMC, that is where you're going to really see the demand go skyrocketing with the stock. And that is a good thing. As it sits right now, we are starting to see a little bit of an upward channel forming. We've got 4 touch points here, signifying this is a respected ascending level of support, which is looking very good. Still a large sell wall sitting at $5.98. Still a large buy wall sitting at $5.80. Good buy price for Sens. I bought at $2.70 but sold at $3.40. So I think Sens is going to be a triple-digit company by the end of the year, especially if they end up capitalizing on their CGM system and they become a competitor for Dexcom. Right now, you're having a nice pullback, and if you see a wide-range candle bar, a nice engulfing candlestick pattern, that to me is going to indicate that's a good time to buy in. And you're going to know what happens when you see something like this. So pretend this is a red candle right here, and you see another, green candle come next, and it engulfs it like this. A larger green candle following a small red candle, that to me is going to indicate a bottom out. And at that point, I feel pretty comfortable buying into the company. Now, if you look at this on a 1-month chart, this is uncharted territory. So it's very hard to say how much this is going to pull back, right? So this is completely unprecedented in terms of price action for Sens. So wait it out and see what happens, my friends. I do think if you're patient, this is going to be a stock that treats you very, very well. All right, so Druve, I will check out Ecor here very briefly. I do want to focus primarily on AMC, my friends. This is an AMC live stream. That is the title of the video. I do want to be respectful to everybody that is tuning in for that live stream, right? Because that is what is on the title. Don't want to clickbait people, but we will check this out here briefly. As it sits right now, it is trading a little bit sideways. It's consolidating, but consolidation typically favors buyers. To me, this is just getting ready for another hard move. So wait for a push over, I would say, this level of resistance right around here. And when you see a push over 319, that's when it's going to start moving again. Patience pays, my friend. I'm all out of coffee. Man. View count. It's over 9,000. It's over 9,000. I actually have a Dragon Ball Z Batman shirt. It's pink, just like from the show. It's got Vegeta on the front. It looks pretty sick. Who would sell at this price on AMC? Man, I'm with you. Let me tell you something. Right now. And everybody's in a different financial situation. I get it if you had to sell out, but if you didn't think that AMC was worth $25, right? If you didn't sell it at $25, why would you sell it now when it's at $6? If you didn't think it was worth $20, why would you think all of a sudden it's worth $6? Right? The price is psychological here, my friends. This is a stock that's just going to take some time to play out. If you're patient, I think this is really going to pay for you. Now, I don't think that we're going to see a squeeze here today or tomorrow, right? This might take some time to play out, but nonetheless, I do think it is going to end up playing out. I have a lot of conviction in AMC. We've got so many good signs pointing to the fact that there's going to be some nice moves here with AMC. Anybody that tells me this is a dead cat, I'm telling you, they're not doing homework. They're not paying attention to the numbers. We see the short interest is still decently high, right? We see the utilization is sitting at about 68% according to Ortex. We see that Schwab took a huge stake in the company. We see that Amazon companies, institutional buyers that are invested in Amazon, 4 of them specifically, as of February 12th and 13th, took a stake in AMC, right? So there's a lot of things pointing to the fact that there may be a potential Amazon buyout. There's a lot of things pointing to the fact that we may see a nice squeeze. We've got the Tuesday 2 million, right? We've got high short interest. We've got the hedges that are still attacking the stock, right? There's so many things to me pointing at the fact that this is going to move. This is not a dead cat, not a dead cat, not a dead cat, not a dead cat. Be patient. Trey, you seem like the kind of guy to drink orange juice with one leg in the air. I actually don't like orange juice that much. I'm more of an apple juice guy. But apple juice gives me weird dreams. So I don't know. I try to stick to water, coffee, and Diet Coke. Diet Coke is good too. But I know you guys don't like that. You guys don't like when I drink Diet Coke. I apologize. But you know, a man's gotta get his fix. He's got to get his fix. So as it sits right now, we've got a pretty large buy wall still sitting at $5.80, and the sell wall has actually moved down. So we're seeing a sell wall sitting at about $5.90. This is squeezing down in price action right now, trading in a pretty tight window. This does look like it'd be the beginning of a little squeeze down in price action. We get the 3 touch points right here, 1, 2, 3. So I'd anticipate within the next 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to see a hard push either above or below this ascending level of support or this equal level of resistance, right? This 589 level, which we are seeing here on the charts, a 590 level on the level 2s. So watch for that. That's what we're sitting at right now. We got a nice wide range candle here, right? We got a couple of hammer candles, the shooting stars, which typically indicates weak selling pressure, strong buying pressure. I think this is only a matter of time until you start to see a push. And let me tell you, my friends, once this starts moving, once the volatility starts moving, once you see it start to gap up a little bit, that's when you're going to see some more volume pump into this. I guarantee this. There are traders out there that are waiting, just waiting for this stock to start moving. And when it starts moving, you're going to get the people that come into here and really crank the price action. I'm excited. And Mountain Dew. Yes, Mountain Dew is the move. It's so good. What do we have to do to force the squeeze, or what needs to happen? Love the vids and all the real info. Keep it up. Hey, appreciate that, man. So, to see the squeeze happen, it's going to take a lot of volume. That is my 2 cents. That is what we are missing right now, is the volume. I never want to BS you guys. I want to say it exactly how it is. And that is how it is right now. We do not have the volume to make a squeeze happen, right? We've got pretty decent short interest. We see that hedges are still shorting the stock, even though utilization is down from what it was in the past, right? Which is, you know, we can see that. That's pure data. I don't want to BS you guys. I don't want to say it's not there. We can see that there might be some manipulation going on in terms of numbers. The media is still covering this, right? The media would not cover this if this was a dead cat. This is a live ball, my friends. This is a very live cat. This cat's got 90 freaking lives. This is getting ready to move. I'm telling you right now. And this is still moving on a nice ascending level of support. We've got this 6 nasty George W down here, right? And off of that George W, we've seen a little bit of a push, and it's still respecting this ascending level of support. I would anticipate that this can keep moving. It's going to keep moving day by day, slowly and slowly and slowly, surely and surely. You're going to see a push, and once that happens, it's only a matter of time, my friends. That's what I think. That's what I personally think. All right. So, we're going to check out some different stocks here while this is just trading a little bit sideways. Since Onyx, as of right now, is trading 22% up. We did get that wide range candle bar right here, signifying that we found a bottom. This is a bounce, right? So that is a solid bounce. If you want to buy into the stock right now, it is trading at 54 on the RSI. I feel pretty comfortable establishing a position in AMC, or not AMC, in Sense Onyx. If you're looking for a quick swing trade opportunity, SOS is up 51% on the day, forming a disgusting bullish flag. You got the pull right here, right? And we've got the squeeze down in price action. So with that happening, right, it's only a matter of time until you see a hard push above this top level of resistance. So I would anticipate within the next 5 to 10 minutes, considering the overall microscopic trend, we've got the 15 MA trading over the 200 MA, right, that you're going to see a push over this descending level of resistance there. AGTC is currently forming the most disgusting George W on the planet. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Holy Toledo. If you're not familiar, AGTC has an analyst price target of about $25, which is very high compared to where it's sitting right now. It's got a nasty double bottom, George W forming right now. I would anticipate that this is getting ready to move very soon. This also looks like a good opportunity to buy in if you're looking for a swing trading opportunity. Gonna come back here to AMC. Victor says, please check BNGO. While we are waiting for AMC to do something, we will check BNGO here. It is moving up pretty solid, up freaking 12% on the day on a disgusting upward moving channel. And the pullbacks have been very clean. Very, very clean pullbacks. A retracement here of 50%, which is spot on the nuts. Very clean buyer territory. So that looks beautiful. I wouldn't buy in right now. I'd wait for another pullback. I do think it's likely to see a retest this level of support right here, this ascending level of support, right? But that looks beautiful. I like that a lot. I like how that is set up a lot. AMC is currently up 5.1% here on the day. It has the beginning. It's a double top right here. Double tops are typically bearish in nature. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We do have one test of this level of resistance here, another test of that level of resistance here, right? We haven't quite broken through yet. Still a large buy wall sitting at 580, still a large sell wall sitting at 590 and 598. In fact, the sell wall has actually moved up a little bit to that 598 mark. So it's going to be interesting to see if we push through 590. It's just going to take a little bit of volume to back up that movement. That is how we are looking right now. Let me get some water, my friends. I do want to keep the throat nice and hydrated. 1 second. Alrighty. All right, somebody wants me to check out OZSC, so I will check that out briefly while we are waiting for AMC to move here, but I do want to focus primarily on AMC here today. So OZSC is an OTC market stock. They were in a nice wedge formation. They broke out of that descending level of resistance with a wide range candle. This to me looks like it's getting ready to run. I would anticipate a retest of 49.9 cents. And keep in mind that this is lagging behind a little bit. Webull does not completely stay up to date with OTC market, as you're not able to trade OTC market on Webull. As it sits now, we are only up about 4.56% here. We are testing out this ascending level of support right now on the chart setup. We do still have those two hammer candles. We have that double top right here, which is an M for mini, typically a sign of an upcoming reversal. So keep that in the back of your mind. Just made this logo for you. I can send it to you if you want. Medic & Co. Oh, that's sick. I dig that. Yeah, send it to my Twitter, man. Send it to my Twitter. You can send me a message over there. On level 2s, we still got that large buy wall sitting at about $5.80. Another buy wall that has actually developed here sitting at about $5.84. So that's holding up pretty well. I don't mind how that looks. We've got this ascending level of support right here. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this as well, because we did break that level of support. But we are looking to hold on this ascending level of support right here at about, and this is a double confirmation with the buy wall sitting at 584. So I think we're going to end up holding that, but we're going to have to wait and see. Pretty even spread across the ask. No large particular numbers that are standing out to me as of right now. Going to check out CTRM here very briefly. So CTRM is doing a small pullback. To me, this is an opportunity to buy in. It's extremely oversold. This is an opportunity for you to buy in ASAP if you want to establish a position in CTRM. I am very bullish on CTRM. I don't think it's going to drop much lower than that. Oh, dude, Brian Hunn? JJ Buckner said he would love to do a collaboration with you. It would be epic. Brian, dude, I would love that. That'd be absolutely sick. So if you guys don't know who JJ Buckner is, this man is a legend. He's got a freaking disgusting, filthy beard. Disgusting, filthy in a good way. I'm a big beard guy. I love beards. And he's been covering the AMC situation quite a bit. So we're just going to pull up his channel. I actually think he was live streaming today as well. So let me just check this out. Maybe he's not. I thought he was. Yeah, so I guess he's not live streaming right now, but nonetheless, he's got a great beard. He loves drinking beer. The two B's, the two awesome things that we need in this world. I like him a lot. Yeah, if you guys want to make that happen, shoot him a message. Shoot him a message and tell him to send me an email. We can definitely chat, man. I love him. I think he's a great dude. Very intelligent. Very straightforward. I like his no BS approach to investing. And I like that he just keeps it real with his followers. Where do the hedges get the stock to ladder? Do they buy a chunk low and when it runs up, dump it down again, over and over again? So, great question. We're going to tell you what the anatomy of a short ladder attack is. So check this out. Short ladder attack stocks. I'm going to read this off to you. First off, these are illegal. They do happen, in my opinion. There's no way to justify or confirm that based on charts alone, right? But we can look at the patterns and say, hey, this looks like it is exactly what's happening. So check this out. A short ladder attack has multiple moving parts. The process starts when a firm or fund takes on a sizable short position in a stock. From there, they will do what they can to lower the stock's value. Since they're using a short sell to bet against the stock, instead of investing in a stock in the hopes that the value increases, they make money when the stock's value shrinks. In some instances, a fund might put a company into bankruptcy. In fact, this is the goal. If bankruptcy does happen, hedge funds celebrate because they never have to transfer their counterfeit shares, which are used for shorting stocks, into real shares. Also, capital gains taxes become a moot point, meaning they don't pay taxes on their ill-gotten gains, right? So essentially what you have happen is hedge funds will sell and buy back and forth to each other in small increments to ladder attack the stock down to lower prices. And we have seen this happen with AMC, in my opinion. Some people will argue, the reason you saw this sort of sell-off is because people just took profits, they sold outright. But we can see a lot of things signifying to me that that's not the case, right? This is the most held stock across Robinhood, according to some different news sources, even above Apple and Tesla, right? And I don't care how many people sell out of a stock, you're not going to see this happen from people selling a stock. This is straight up shorting a stock. That is what's happening right here. And essentially what naked shorting is using counterfeit shares to attack the stock and move the price down just based on counterfeit shares that don't exist. So if you've got 100 shares existing in a stock, right, and all of a sudden you create another 100 shares, you've diluted the value of the stock, right? Because now there's more shares existing for the same amount of market cap, which puts fake selling pressure on the stock. It's basically counterfeit selling pressure. So that's huge. That's huge. Why did my video pause? I'm listening to an anime soundtrack. You guys will have to excuse me. I need to have some nice vibes rolling, my friends. I gotta keep vibing. All right. So I will check out TSNP here really quick. I do want to focus primarily on AMC, my friends. I really genuinely do. That is the title of the video. I want to be respectful of the people that clicked on this. I'm not a clickbait kind of guy. But as it sits right now, TSNP is an OTC market stock. In terms of retracement, it pulled back very nicely to 38.2%. But we haven't gotten the engulfing candlestick pattern to me that indicates this has found the bottom yet. I think it's going to retest $1.15. So I'd wait to get into this until you see it test out that $1.15 mark. Oh, yeah. All right, JJ recommended you on his channel, so I've been listening since then. Awesome, dude. Hey, man, that's awesome. I love JJ Buckner. I know that he has talked about me before, and dude, I'm extremely grateful and humbled by that because I look up to him a lot. I think he's a great channel. The dude's a goat. The dude's a straight-up goat. Without a doubt. I'm just a weeb, man. I'm a simple weeb. I'm a simple ape that likes investing. I like stocks. I like anime. I love playing video games. That's all it is. I like to keep it real with you guys. I'm just another dude. So as it sits right now, we did break beneath this level of support at that buy wall of 580. So the next level is going to be looking to be $5.75, which it does look like we are getting ready to test here. Pretty decent amount of buyers waiting to get their orders filled at $5.75. Got an equal amount, if not a slight bit more buyers than sellers here on the level 2. Large sell wall sitting at $5.80. This to me indicates this is a shorted stock. We do know that there are people that are buying into this with the Tuesday 2 million, right? So I really don't think this is people selling their positions in the company. I do genuinely believe this is still being shorted. I think you're watching this get shorted behind your eyes. I see people talking about Vine. Guys, the Vine run-up that you're seeing is not an actual run-up. It's not up to 1060. They had a 4-to-1 reverse split. So they're actually only up 0.38%. That is not how that's not legit. That's not how it is. They had a reverse split, which essentially means they turned 4 shares into 1 share. So this is not up, $8 a share or whatever that is, $10 a share. This is just combined into 1 mega share, basically. So don't be fooled by the price on this. This is not how it actually is. It's not up that much. XONE, CEO just mentioned you. What? Stormy the Stormerific? No way. No freaking way. Where do you see that? The XONE CEO just mentioned me? No way. Why would he do that? I have talked about XONE on the channel before. This is a company that I'm going to be getting some free stocks through Webull in. I'm not getting paid to pump them. I want to be very, very transparent with everybody. But I do get free stocks through that affiliate Webull program that I do with you guys, right? And every time I get a free stock, and I did get a couple in XONE, so I looked into them. And guys, XONE is a great company. I'm definitely going to be establishing a hefty position in this company. So I think they've got good things going for them. Direct offering is an opportunity for you to buy into this for cheaper. I think it's going to continue to run. If you look back at this on, the beginning of January, they were like a $9 stock. That is huge growth. I think this is like a precursor for what could happen with Nano Dimensions, without a doubt. Coming back here to AMC, we're trading at $5.81, up about 4% here on the day, 582. We get a wide range candle bar here starting to form. This could be an engulfing candlestick pattern. We want to see it close above this previous red candle, which to me would indicate this could be a bottom. Large buy wall still sitting at $5.75. Even spread across the ask as it is sitting right now. On the RSI, we're looking at 42.67 points. Sell me on AMC, please. You've been raving about it for a few days, and I just don't see it. So, V30, V21. AMC. So, there's a couple different ways this can play out. And, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't advice. There's a lot of good stocks out in the market right now. But nonetheless, the situation with AMC, you've got a couple different scenarios. So, either A, the stock could squeeze. I think that potential is there. It's not going to happen today. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. We don't have the volume to make a squeeze happen today. We need the volume to start picking back up for that to end up happening. But nonetheless, it is possible. The second scenario here is an acquisition by Amazon. So if Amazon ends up acquiring AMC, shareholders receive a hefty stake, a hefty payout from that acquisition. Per $1 billion in acquisition, you receive a cut, right? So if they're bought out for $10 billion and you receive $7 per $1 billion, you receive about $70 per share, which is a hefty payout. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, right? It's an example, but that is another situation where you could make off pretty well with AMC. And we do have some verifications and validation that this is possible. So if we check out my Twitter here, I did retweet some very interesting information that I want to share with you guys in case you were just tuning in. So check this out. This is Amazon's largest institutional investors. You've got the manufacturer's life insurance company right here. You've got Nomura, American International, Public Employees, and Stifel. Well, check this out. AMC, American, Nomura, Public, the manufacturer's life, right, and Stifel all invested in AMC as of February 12th and 13th, which is very significant data. I don't think that's by accident. I'm not saying that you're going to see an acquisition happen here soon, but it is saying there's some good things that could end up happening. So I like that. That is a second scenario where you can see, a nice run or an acquisition that could get people to buy into the stock. The third situation to me is neither of these end up happening, and this is a $20 play by June. I think with COVID restrictions lifting, quarantine restrictions lifting, vaccines starting to roll out, right? You're going to see movie theaters across the world start to open up again. When that happens, we've got AMC who raised about $700 million from their huge run-up, right? And they capitalized on their run-up to $25. They took advantage of that and turned a nice amount of cash. So with that cash, they're going to be able to continue to run the stock here in operations over the next year, which is going to get them to a good point in which they can continue operations and push that stock price up to $20 to $25, in my personal opinion. So there's a couple different ways this can play out, right? Some of them take a little longer. Some are going to take more patience. One of them is going to take a little less time, right? The buyout would take a little more time. I think if you want to wait till May or June, that takes more time. But the squeeze, I think, could potentially happen within the next 2 to 6 weeks. So that's my 2 cents there. What about the AMC market dilution that was caused by Silver Lake and the likes? Wouldn't that explain the drop in price? It is very possible. So essentially what happens there is you do dilute the overall, price in the company. I shouldn't say price, the shares in the company, because now more shares exist. And we don't necessarily know that that's the case, right? That could be the case, which could explain the drop in price action. But nonetheless, long term, that is a good thing, because more institutional buyers that step into a company like this, the better in the long term, right? That's going to set the company up for some really good moves once they really start capitalizing on that cash they received, right? The $700 million. They start reopening the theaters. I'm not too overly concerned about that. Large buy wall sitting at $5.78 right now. We've got 23,000 total shares waiting to get filled. So is it starting to squeeze down in price action? I'm going to clear out the charts here and just re-clean this up so you guys don't have to look at a bunch of mess. But as it sits right now, we got a large buy wall sitting at 578 and a pretty even spread across the ask. On the time and sales, there are quite a bit of small orders getting filled on the on buys, right? And we've got more buyers than sellers according to the level 2s. You guys are seeing a little bit of a lag because there's about a 15-second to 20-second delay on the stream for you guys. So you may be looking at different numbers than what I have right here, but this is generally what we are looking at right now with AMC as it is sitting. We do have a nice level of support with some candlewick touches that is slightly ascending as of right now. So we're looking for a continuation of this ascending level of support. Right now, the 15 MA is still gapping down from the 200 EMA, so this is bearish territory. I am genuinely surprised by the fact this is not green right now. I genuinely thought with that Tuesday 2 million that you should see a nice push in price action here, but I genuinely think what you're seeing happen is people shorting the stock. That's my 2 cents. All right. Can we get an update on BioLace? So I'll check out BioLace here pretty briefly. So BioLace, I still have the same bullish position in. I feel very good about them. They do have a nice ascending level of support. We are just going to take the most recent price action here. I'm going to delete this. But if you're looking for an entry point on the RSI right now, they're trading at 43. I feel pretty comfortable with a buy-in around this level. You might be down on the day, right? Maybe you can get this at a little better price, but we got a nice level of support right here at $1.26. So if you want to get this at $1.26, I feel pretty good about that. Coming back here to AMC, we're sitting up 3% on the day. It's currently trading at $5.76. Where can I buy HCMC? I do think you can buy it on Charles Schwab. So keep that in the back of your mind. You cannot trade OTC market stocks on Webull. That is how it is, you know, for better or for worse. I think you can trade on Charles Schwab. I think Fidelity also allows you to trade HCMC, and you should be able to trade it on 212 as well. But I do know that 212 is currently having some delays in terms of how long it's taking for people to get their applications submitted and reviewed and accepted. So just keep that in the back of your mind, my friends. Large buy wall sitting at about $5.75. RSI currently sitting at about 39. We're going to take a quick peek over at Sensonics and just get a quick update on how that's looking. Still up about 19.7% on the day. This looks like it could be the beginning of a disgusting George W. So we've got one bottom out here. We're looking for another bottom out here to signify this will continue its nice, solid run. Coming back to AGTC, which had a nice George W formation as well, currently sitting up about 3.87%. They did end up pushing. We have a nice ascending level of support right here, which looks very nice. And we are looking to continue that overall trend, which would be very, very solid. Buyers and sellers, level 2s. We've got more buyers and sellers as it's sitting right now. Large buy wall sitting about $5 and... Or I shouldn't say $5, $6.40. So this should act as a nice level of support for the stock. If you're looking to establish a position, I think that now is a pretty decent time to buy in. If you're able to buy in right here at $6.32, you would be up right now, as I had mentioned previously. I think you're looking pretty solid right now at an entry point right there with AGTC. SOS is going absolutely insane right now. I did put a video out this morning talking about the company. This is a blockchain sort of company based out of China. Looking absolutely beautiful. I think this has got some run in it for sure, without a doubt. Man, that's nasty. Am I left holding the bag at 509 on Sens? I don't think so. Not in the least bit. Not in the least bit. This is the beginning for Sens. I think they're going to break $10 within the next week or two. I would just hold. I would hold. I'd be very patient. So... coming back here to AMC, still sitting at about $5.77. Good buy wall at $5.75. Even spread across the ask with the largest wall sitting at $5.84. So we're going to draw that up here right quick. That's how that's looking right here. Pretty tight little price zone. We really want to break out of this downward trend. We've got a downward moving level of resistance that we need to break over with a wide range candle bar. We always look for at least 3 touch points. We have them, right? So we know this is a respected level of descending resistance. And we got a little bit of a squeeze in price action happening right here. So we really want to push over this descending level of resistance to get out of this downward moving channel. We had a double top right here, which is typically a bearish indicator signifying an upcoming, bleed. We did get that. Bottomed out here at 575. Still have that large buy wall at 575. Those orders are starting to slowly fill, right? So we're waiting to see a little push here above that 575, this descending level of resistance. We don't want to continue on this downward moving trend. I think I speak for everyone when I say this. You're truly appreciated, a heartwarming guy. I love you, man. Oh, thank you, Victor. I appreciate that, dude. I just genuinely love stocks. And if you would not mind doing me a favor and just dropping a like on the video, because Gorilla Gang, that's all I want. That's all we need. Gorillas together strong. Apes together strong. I'm telling you. I think that the Planet of the Apes trilogy is my favorite trilogy of all time. Those are my favorite movies. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. I've seen some people talk about Zome. We will take a quick peek at Zome. They are down about 6.6% so far here on the day. This is a buying opportunity, in my opinion. We're going to look at this on the 1 month chart for an opportunity and what this looks like. And it does look like they're really, really trying to hold above this level of support of 241. If they end up breaking that, if you see this 1 hour candle close below that, you're going to be looking at the next level right around here, which is where we see a candle wick touching at 233. That should act as a nice level of support. MVIS, baby, let's go. Oh, yeah. MVIS is not going to be done anytime soon. Up 20% today. Ho, ho! Yes! That's what's up. I'm telling you. I am telling you, dude. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning. My friends, my family. Oh, man. I love MVIS. Coming back here to AMC. We did end up breaking beneath this level of support of 575. So the next large buy wall is going to be sitting at about $5.70 right here, with quite a few orders waiting to be filled. You guys have been watching this in real time. There have been more buyers than sellers. The entire market open so far. This is all you need to see, to me, that this stock is being pretty heavily shorted. This is all the proof in the pudding. This stock is not a dead cat. This is still being shorted. And it would not be shorted if this was a dead cat. This would have been over. This would have been long, long over. We see the squeeze down in price action happening right now. It's in a downward moving channel. We really, really, really want to push above this descending level of resistance right here. So I'm going to delete this ascending level of support because we did end up breaking that. This is being laddered down pretty hard right now. This is being laddered down hard. Do you think the February 18th hearing will have any effect on AMC price? Could anything positive come from it for the shareholders? Thank you, Hugh. And thank you to everybody else that's dropped a super chat. It is very highly appreciated. I really do immensely appreciate it. I'm just another weeb. I'm just another ape that genuinely loves stocks. And I love the community here, my friends. So I do think it's very possible. So any sort of positive news catalyst that gets new investors to step into the stock is going to be good, right? So I do think there is potential there without a doubt. Without a doubt. I am up 130% on CTRM. If you had to move, do you like to sell and buy back in? Or do you yourself average up? I typically average up. That's just my 2 cents. You cannot go wrong. What you could do is take profits on part of it, right? And then reestablish that position at a lower cost, right? That's the way that you could do it. Because then if it does continue to run, you end up making money on that. And if it doesn't, well, you're able to buy back based off of your shares that you took profit on for a cheaper price. So there's different ways that you can play it out, but that's just my personal preference. Check the short interest sheet on MarketWatch. AMC is now number 1. What? Really? Check this out. Oh! Oh! Jesus. I mean, this is as of January 29th. So keep that in the back of your mind. That's data from January 29th. But that's still significant. 37.7 million compared to the float of 56 million is a 67% floated short percentage. That is high. That's a high short float percentage, my friends. Dang. You guys get the picture, my friends. You guys get the picture. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You already know what it is. We've been saying this forever. And this is what's crazy, my friends. Everywhere you go, you're going to get different numbers. Some people are saying it's at 15%. Some people are saying it's at 10%. Some people are saying it's at 70. Some people are saying it's at 50. There's so many different numbers, my friends, that tells you exactly what you need to know. Is they're not giving you good information because they don't want you to see good information, right? That's significant. That's a huge piece. And I don't want us to just pick and choose. I want to be real with you guys. There's potential that's not correct, right? Just based on the fact that many sources have not been giving out good data. So I personally think this is still a live ball, no matter what the numbers are, right? That's my 2 cents. All right. What's your take on the WSB idea of hedge funds using ETFs to cover short positions? Very possible. In fact, we did look at this earlier in the stream. I will see if I still have it pulled up. Let me take a quick peek. So we did pull up which ETF? IWM. So IWM does have a position in AMC. This is a pretty heavily shorted stock. Their short interest ratio, which is days to cover, is 3.5, indicating it would take about 3.5 days for shorts to cover their positions. That's not saying that they have to cover that time period. It just means that currently it's harder for shorts to cover their positions by in this short against this ETF, right? We see that the increase is higher. It's up 19%. Total short interest, which is current shares shorted, 94 million, which is higher than previously of 78.8 million. So this is definitely realistic. It's possible. I don't doubt that for a second. It could be a way that hedge funds are trying to short the stock without people realizing, without a doubt. Okay. So we have what looks like to be the beginning of a wide range candle movement here. The RSI is currently pushing about 50. We've got a large buy wall sitting about $5.77. So it's starting to move a little bit here. Starting to move a little bit. We've got the largest sell wall sitting about $5.87. Starting to move this up just a hair. But this does look like it'd be the beginning. Oh man, we keep getting these long wicks. We really need a wide range bar to push above this level of resistance. We need a wide range bar to push above this descending level of resistance. Otherwise, we're just going to keep moving down. We need to break this downward trend. Nicholas Gulak says, please tell me your thoughts on Riot. I really do want to focus on other stocks here, my friends. But as long as Bitcoin continues to do well, Riot, Mara, SOS, all those companies are going to keep running. I think there's some good solid potential with Riot. All these blockchain companies are really crushing right now. I think SOS is up almost 100% today. 68? Yeah, they're crushing. So I think they're going to continue to run. For sure, without a doubt. So AMC is currently sitting at $5.77. Coming back here to the 1 minute chart. Does look like we might get a push over this descending level of resistance, but we want a wide range candle bar to signify that we have finally moved away from this downward moving channel. This has been laddered down pretty hard. We do have the beginning of a wide range candle. We've got a nice even spread across the bid. Large sell wall sitting at 587 and 584. So we need to see a push over 584 and 587 in order to get this moving in a positive direction. But this does look like it could be the beginning of a little bit of buying territory. The 15 MA as of right now is starting to neutralize. It's starting to trade sideways. This could be the beginning of a little bit of a reversal. This isn't a engulfing candlestick pattern. We've got a doji candle right here, and then a couple of candles that are engulfing these candlestick patterns right here. So to me, this indicates the bottom out. This is the bottom for me as of now. But we need to see a hard push and a trend reversal on the 15 MA to signify that we have finally escaped out of this downward moving channel. But this is the first time that we've been trading outside of this descending level of resistance so far at market open. That's how we're looking right now. Still an even spread across the bid. Large sell wall sitting at 584 on the ask. And also pretty large numbers. In fact, we have a couple more sellers than buyers as it's sitting right now. So there's a little bit of selling pressure sitting on AMC. Thank you, Rich Spencer. I appreciate that. Jake says, do I have to prepare my shares for a cash acquisition of AMC? I don't want to miss out on my payout. So there's no way to know for sure on whether or not AMC is going to have an acquisition and when it's going to happen. It could take some time. I'm going to be completely honest with you, my friends. That could take some time. But what you could do is just continue to slowly add to your position in AMC. At this point, what I'm looking at AMC as is a long-term position stock, right? The squeeze potential is there. It's still possible, right? We see different numbers, anywhere between 15% and 65% short interest. And regardless of whether the squeeze happens or not, if the acquisition happens, you make off big. If it doesn't happen, the company just reopens for business, right? You come out big, right? You can still double up. I don't mind that at all. Looks very good. Dip on CTRM? I think yes. I personally think so. I'm bullish on CTRM. It's pulling back pretty hard right now, but I really don't think this is going to be the end of CTRM. Some people are taking profits, in my opinion. Honestly, I think it's being shorted a little bit. But I wouldn't stress. I really hope you didn't sell out at the bottom at $1.15 here. That's when you buy. That's when you buy. It was sitting at 13 on the RSI. You do not sell at moments like that. That's when you buy. You should be rubbing your hands like this. You see it hit $1.15? Ho ho ho! You go nuts! You scoop that up. That's insane. All right. Oh, I'm listening to an anime playlist right now, and I'm listening to a piece from My Hero Academia. Such a good scene. I love this. Ooh, Bakugo-chan. Bakugo-chan. Of course, there's an ad. Anyways. Coming back here to the live stream. What we are looking at right now is it does look like we may have broken out of this descending level of resistance. Pretty even spread across the bid. Pretty large sell wall sitting at 587 on the ask. Not a lot of movement happening right now. Not a lot of volume either. We want to see some volume start to pick up here on AMC. Pretty even Steven volume, very consistent. Looking at about 500,000 shares. This is actually a decent amount of volume so far on the day. I'm going to look at this on the daily chart and just get an idea of how much volume we're seeing. And in terms of volume compared to what we've seen in the past, so far today we've already seen 26 million shares, which when you compare it to the previous day is already a little more than half. So there's a decent amount of volume that's pumping into this as of right now. Trey-chan. Akira. I can read Japanese, my friend. I know your name. Akira. That's cool. I like that. Oh, dude. You have a Lemillion cosplay? That's sick. That's so cool. Dude, Hero is one of my favorite anime. It's so good. It is so good. Absolutely love it. MVIS is probably still running, huh? I see MVIS popping in here a lot. Yeah, man. This is not going anywhere. I'm telling you. Not AMC. MVIS is going to keep doing what it does. This is a good company. A good buy-in for MVIS. I would wait for some sort of pullback, but I don't know if you're going to be able to get this under 20 bucks anymore. I think the days under $20 are gone. I think if you can get this at 21.30, that's going to treat pretty well. We don't know if it's going to pull back that much. Alrighty. So I'm going to get a quick drink here. I do want to grab myself a Diet Coke. I do like water. I've been drinking it. I have a couple cups. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. But I'm going to get a Diet Coke. I want a Diet Coke. So give me 1 second here. All right, so it does look like we may have found the bottom here. As I had mentioned previously, we've got a nice wide range candle here forming very nicely, right? We have broken out of this descending level of resistance. Nice even spread across the bid. And what this is going to do, my friends, that is a good thing. This even spread across the bid is going to help slowly move the price action up here, because when you have just a huge order waiting to be filled at 576, all that happens is it acts as a level of support. So we don't want to see that. We want to see this nice even spread, because that's going to help sort of ladder the movement up, right? So we have begun a little bit of an upward moving channel here. That looks good. The 15 MA is finally starting a little bit of upward momentum. So that's a good sign. We have broken out of this downward trending channel, this descending level of resistance, this descending level of support, and we've begun an upward moving channel. This is a very harsh one, right? It's moving pretty harshly right now. Very, very nice. I don't think it's going to continue that necessarily unless we get some volume to follow through. But nonetheless, that does look like it was the bottom at $5.68. We got a nice engulfing candlestick pattern right here. I feel pretty comfortable in saying that could have been the bottom for the stock. R. Lopez, thank you, my friend. Dude, that's awesome. The new G Unit, Gorilla Gang, love what you do, Trey. Much love and great vibes. I pray for your health. Keep doing what you're doing. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I just love doing it. I know you guys don't like that I'm drinking Diet Coke. I apologize. I'm limiting. I cut out energy drinks. I'm cutting back on a lot of things that have been rough on the heart, but I do need a little bit of caffeine. I don't get much sleep. I usually get about 3 or 4 hours a night. So I need something to get me rocking, and that's just what it takes. But I appreciate that, R. Lopez. I'm doing pretty good right now. For any of you that are out there that are new to the channel, new to the live stream, first off, welcome to the Gorilla Gang. Everybody show them some love in the comment section here. Drop some gorillas for all the new members of the Gorilla Gang, my fellow apes and community and friends and family. But what happened to me is I have a little bit of a heart condition. So I went into the hospital, and they diagnosed me with a couple different things. So they said that I've got supraventricular tachycardia, which is essentially an irregularity of the heartbeat, right? And it causes ladder infarctions, which are small-scale heart attacks. And essentially what's happening is blood flow gets cut off to specific arteries within my heart. And the intravascular system, what it does is it makes me pass out. I get lightheaded. My heart does some goofy stuff. And, so far I'm fine, but the long-term effects have been that I've got a little bit of heart damage. So my heart doesn't operate the same way that it used to. I was told that I can't continue on, strenuous exercise, at least until they can find a diagnosis. I used to be a very devout runner, believe it or not. So I'm going to show you guys my Instagram for anybody out there that's curious. But I was a pretty devout runner, for sure. I'm going to pull this up really quick here. Somebody made this picture for me, but this is me at conference cross country. I was pretty decent. I wasn't bad. I think my most impressive run that I ever went on, I ran 20 miles at an average pace of 5:42 per mile, which is pretty solid. It's not terrible, but I had to stop because of my heart condition. So it's pretty serious stuff, and it is what it is. But life goes on, my friends. I will continue to run, not literally, but I'll continue to do what I do. I'll just find the next passion. For me, that is investing. This is investing, and it's the market, and it's being with my fellow gorillas and apes. Guy on stock to it saying, seems like Ford is going with Argo AI for autonomous LiDAR tech, where they invested $1 billion. What are your thoughts? So it is possible, right? So Ford getting out of MVIS, or not out of MVIS, out of Velodyne does not necessarily mean that they're going to be getting into MVIS. It just means that the potential is open there, right? That it's possible that you see that. And even if Ford doesn't end up, acquiring MVIS, I didn't say. I think that you still got Microsoft and Apple that are potential candidates to really capitalize on the microvision technology. So I'm not stressed about that. It's possible. It's definitely possible. But even if Ford doesn't get into it, which I think they'd be silly not to do, there's good potential with MVIS, without a doubt. Where was this? No soda. I know, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. MindXGrind.org. Hey, Trey, thanks for the shout out a few weeks ago. Peep AGTC real quick. Short ladder attack at 10:30. So I'll take a quick peek here. AGTC. So AGTC is a stock that I do have a position in. I would say that it was shorted, yes. I don't know if it was a short ladder attack, because typically those last more than a couple minutes, right? So short ladder attacks don't happen for just a 1 minute time frame. To me, it was just shorted. But I am very bullish on AZTC because it's got a lot of institutional ownership. If I remember correctly, it's about 45% total institutional ownership in the company. And there's a price target on this of about $25, which is huge. We're about to have the 15 MA cross over the 200 MA here, which is absolutely beautiful. We have the George W here. We've got a bottom out with a nice wide range candle engulfing candlestick pattern, right? So that looks beautiful. I think this is getting ready to rip pretty hard. I am very bullish on AZTC. I love them for sure. Gonna come back here to AMC and give a quick update. We are currently sitting at about $5.79 as it's sitting right now. Moving on a nice upward moving channel. Gonna adjust these levels that we're touching. We still do have these 3 touch points. 1, 2, 3. We always look for at least 3 touch points to signify a respective level of support or resistance. We do have that. We want to continue on this upward moving channel in order to say that, hey, we are still moving in an upward direction. Right now, it does appear that we are slightly consolidating, but nonetheless, we do have the 15 MA beginning to move in an upward direction. So that is a good sign that we could have some nice moving trajectory. Hey, no problem, David. You know, I'm just going to say how it is. I'm just going to say it how it is. It's all good. Edward Lyon says, what's your fastest mile time? Mine's 4:29. I love cross country. Dude, that's a solid mile. That's not bad at all. I honestly wasn't a miler. My fast twitch muscle fibers are not very, very good. I've got 2 Instagram accounts, one that I had primarily for running, but I'll pull it up really quick. Super Saiyan Main Train. This was my running account back in the day. I haven't posted on here in a minute, but my best mile ever, let me take a peek. This day. So I ran a mile in 4:24.7. That was my best mile I ever ran. But like I said, I think my most impressive run that I ever went on was a 20 miler at 5:42 per mile. So that's that was my cup of tea. But yeah, that's where we're at right now, guys. I don't post on that Instagram anymore, so don't feel like you have to follow it. But that was my best mile. I think my best race ever, I ran a half marathon at an average pace of 5:10 per mile. All right. Appreciate the great analysis on AMC and so many others. Curious to get your take on PHIO. Solid swing play, but possible mid-long play as well. So I will check that out just because AMC is trading a little bit sideways right now, but I do want to focus primarily on AMC if I can, my friend. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate that. So it is trading a little bit sideways right now. Consolidation typically does slightly favor buyers, so I don't mind the fact that it's trading sideways. In fact, you have the beginning of what could be a gap up between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA here, which could be the beginning of a nice run. You've got a nice ascending level of support right here, which is being pretty well respected. I would say that if you're looking for an entry point, I would wait for a pullback to around here at about $3.50, which I think is very realistic and could very easily happen. Oh, dude, Seth, I know it. I know it, Seth. MVIS is such a powerhouse. It's going to keep running. It's not too late. I'm telling you, this stock is going to be over $100 at the end of the year. I'm not kidding you. I feel very confident in saying that. Anybody that says this is going to come back down, I genuinely don't think it's going to be under $20 pretty much ever again. AMC is at 581 right now, so it does look like they began a little bit of movement. No, they're still trading sideways. 582. So we want to continue on this ascending level of support. 3 doji candles in a row typically indicates to me that you're going to see a nice move. We've got a lot of sellers at $5.87, followed by $5.84 being the next big one. But there are currently more sellers than buyers. Large buy wall sitting about $5.75 as of right now, waiting to get their orders filled. SO up is up 65%. Please check out. I have looked at SOS. In fact, I put a video out on this morning saying this was going to happen, my friends. And it's got a lot of potential. If you haven't bought in yet, I would wait for a pullback. I think this has got great, good long-term potential. So just take it easy and wait for that pullback. It will happen. Pin the store website on your streams. People can't find the link easily. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Thank you for the suggestion. So if you do want to check out the website, you can definitely do that. I will just pull this up right now. I will pin this in the comment section for anybody that wants to check it out. Of course, if you're not interested, that is totally fine too, my friends, but it is available for you if you do want to check it out. So I'm just going to pin this comment here quick. This is just the merch store. But don't feel obligated. You definitely don't have to do it. It's just there. It's available to you if you do want to check it out. Tommy says, I bought 10 AMC shares. You are a great streamer. Greetings from Sweden. If you want, can you check out Soltech Energy Sweden? So I will check it out briefly just because AMC is trading a little bit sideways. I don't know if this is the company. I'm guessing it's not. I apologize, my friend. Tuesday 2 millions are still in school. We'll have to wait for a second period to end for a big buy wave. Also, no anime has better music than Cowboy Bebop. See you on the moon space, Cowboys. Dude, Cowboy Bebop has got some great soundtracks. I think there's better shows out there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate Cowboy Bebop, but I think there's better anime. Soundtrack though, absolutely fire. Absolutely beautiful soundtrack. So it does look like we have discontinued this ascending level of support. We are trading pretty sideways right now. As it's sitting, we still have this large buy wall at 575 and a pretty decent spread across the bid otherwise. But the ask is a little bit bigger than the bid right now. This is the first time in a while that we have seen a little more selling pressure than buying pressure actually on the level 2s, right? We see the selling pressure is there, but there have been more buyers than sellers, generally speaking, as of right now. I see some people saying rip CTRM. It's not the end for CTRM, my friends. This is an opportunity for you to buy in for cheaper. This is not the end. In my opinion, it's being shorted. That's what I think. We need to break out of this descending level of resistance in order for it to continue a run. I'm not worried about CTRM. I'm still bullish on CTRM. The premise is the same. Price is psychological if you believe in what the company does, and I believe in what the company does. All right. So, AMC as it's sitting right now is still trading pretty sideways. Not much is changing here. We do have the beginning of a wide range candle, testing out $5.84. And we're waiting to see it push over that 584 mark. We've got quite a bit of buyers waiting to get their orders filled at 575. Not much has changed there, but we do have a pretty decent amount of orders also waiting to be filled at 582, which could act as a nice level of support here. So we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. But we still have the same situation at 587 with a lot of selling presence. That level of resistance is going to be very hard to break. But I'm still bullish on AMC, my friends. The situation is the same. If you were just tuning in, there's some great confirmations that we have saying that there could be a nice little run here with AMC. And I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to show you my Twitter page. I did share a couple different things that were shared with me, but I do want to show this for you. So, Charles Schwab did take a hefty stake in the company today with 1.77 million total shares, which is worth about $3.75 million. We also have some different companies that were invested in Amazon, which could hint at an Amazon acquisition, right? So check this out. The manufacturer's life insurance company has a large stake in Amazon, as well as these companies, Nomura, American, Public, and Stifel. All of these companies took a position in AMC. American, Nomura, Public, the manufacturers, and Stifel all took positions in AMC on February 12th and 13th. That is very significant information that could hint at the fact that there may be an Amazon acquisition or buyout on the horizon. So it's possible. There's nothing guaranteed about it. There's not going to be a lot of talk in terms of the details of an acquisition, right? That's pretty under the table. There's not much that we as investors are going to be able to know unless you've got insider information, which I do not have currently. So just keep that in the back of your mind regarding the situation there. But that's how that's looking right now. We do have, if we look at the short interest on Market Watch, AMC is sitting at the top of the list with 67.18% float shorted percentage, which is very high. Keep in mind, this was posted on January 29th, 2021. That's data as of that date. But still, nonetheless, it is on the top of the list of most shorted stocks. AMC being number one. Huge, huge, huge numbers. Thank you, Jake Farm Gaming. I appreciate that. Kurt Greenway. Love the show. Love the positive vibe. I'll try to keep it real, my friend. I just love chilling and vibing with the fellow apes. Fernando says, I used to run over 100 miles a week. My best sprinting mile, 1 minute and 37 seconds. What? My best sprinting mile, 1 minute and 37 seconds. Dude, that's not possible. I'm going to tell you why it's not possible, because the world record is like 3:43. By Hickam El Garouge. 3:43 Hickam El Garouge is the world record. So that's total BS. But I appreciate it. You do you, man. I appreciate the super chat, but that's not possible. I don't think it's physically possible for any human being on the planet to run a mile in 1 minute 37. So James Mill. Have they mentioned performing a cardiac catheterization? If not, please look into Mayo Clinic's website. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that, my friend. Once I go to the cardiologist on March 1st, they're going to be able to tell me a lot more about what could happen here, what the avenues of approach is going to be in terms of good, what should I say? Good treatment, ways to take care of it. But as of now, I just don't know a lot. That's going to be something that I bring up, though, I promise you. TRCH. TRCH is running pretty solid, huh? Yeah, I thought TRCH would do pretty solid. I was bullish on it. I didn't think it would run this much today, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. But that's solid. If you got it on TRCH, you're looking very good. And I see no reason to sell in the least bit. In the least bit. SOS is also a stock that I put out on the channel here today. It did release when it was trading at about $10. If you're able to buy it at $10, you're not looking bad right now. I think this has potential to be a $70 to $100 stock. And what I like about SOS is the fact that their financial situation compared to Riot and Mara, which are actually not profitable companies, is good. Their net income, if we just take a quick peek at their annual, their provision for income taxes, $3.58 million, which is pretty solid. Their non-operating net income, $21.28 million. Now, if we just check out Mara really quick, right, in comparison, check this out. Negative. Not as much money. So these guys are not even profitable in comparison to SOS, and they are trading at a much lower valuation. So I feel like SOS has got a lot of room to run. I think they're undervalued. I think they've got a lot of upside. Very solid potential, without a doubt. Coming back here to AMC, we're going to take a quick peek at the price action. It does look like they are still trading sideways. In fact, they did end up breaking beneath this ascending level of support. The 15 MA is starting to level out a little bit, maybe a little bit of downward pressure. But it is going to be retesting that 575 where we do have a large buy wall sitting with 11,500 total shares. Still more buyers than sellers, but the sellers have an even spread across the ask, which is really going to short ladder attack this stock down. Looks like it's being shorted pretty hard. Shorted pretty hard, my friends. Gorilla Gang from Canada, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey. Let me hear that big old fat A. Minnesota, Canada. Tater tot hot dish. That's what's up, yeah. I'm not making fun of you, dude. I'm from Minnesota, so I get made fun of all the time for having an accent, but I imagine that you've got a thicker one than I do. Power to you, brother. DNN. So I will check out DNN here very briefly just because AMC is trading pretty sideways. It's running a lot, but I would be very careful buying in right now. Let me look at this macroscopically speaking. So it looks like it's going to do a retest of a $1.59. So if you want to buy into this, it does look like it's forming a pretty solid bullish flag formation here. And it retraced pretty well to 38.2%. So if you want to get in, I think a $1.42 will be pretty safe, but I like a $1.39 a little better. So if you see it pull back to a $1.39, I think that's going to be pretty solid. We do have an ascending level of support right here. If it ends up respecting that, right, and seeing a bounce, watch for a wide range candle bar. I'd feel pretty comfortable establishing a position. Hey TT, love the videos. New viewer, can you take a look at TXMD, please? I'll take a quick peek, but I'm going to give a quick update here on AMC. As it's sitting right now, there's still a large amount of buyers waiting to get orders filled at 575, 587. Not as the most sellers, right, on the level 2s here on the ask. So not much has changed there. In terms of the Tuesday 2 million, I am starting to question whether or not people actually took that seriously because the volume here is not anything crazy. In fact, the volume is actually dying down a little bit here. Not a lot of volume pumping into the stock. So it might have been a little bit of fake news. I'm not entirely sure. It's confusing, though, because it was trending on Twitter and across Reddit threads and across Discord. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening, but it's not looking like that ended up happening so far here today. All right, so I'm going to check out TXMD here very briefly. Down on the day, typically a good buying opportunity. Going to look at the overall volume, which is lower. I like low volume on buying days because that means the volatility is lower. It's a little safer to buy into. And the 15 MA is just about to cross the 200 MA, but it does have a nice ascending level of support. I feel pretty comfortable with buying at this point. If you want to buy in right now, I think you're going to do pretty good. On the other side, sitting at 37, I'd watch for a break beneath this ascending level of support. If you get it, $1.80 is the better entry. All right. So as it is sitting right now, AMC is up 3% here on the day, trading at 576. RSI sitting at about 40. Volume dying down here a little bit. It is about 9:51 a.m. CST. So that is what is happening right there. I see someone saying that AGTC is exploding. AGTC is moving pretty hard. Let me just take a quick peek. We got to take a look at this. I do have a nice stake in AGTC. I am bullish on this company. Oh, look at it go. Yeah. Ka-chigga, ka-chigga, ka-chigga. Oh, money. AGTC is going to town. So while AMC is not trading much, we are going to watch AGTC's live price action. I do have a couple of call options here on AGTC for the 7.5 strike price expiring on 19 March 21. 4 different option contracts here. It is currently trading at $7.24. Volume is astronomical right now. Currently trading at 77 on the RSI. Extremely overbought. I would wait for a small pullback in order to get into this stock. Wait for a pullback. It does look like it's about to happen. A good stock will retrace to about 50%. And typically speaking, historically speaking, this stock does retrace very nicely. So we're looking for a retracement somewhere between 684 and 694 as a potential entry point. So we're waiting for a pullback somewhere around this area if you're looking to establish a position. If you're able to buy into this stock, my friends, when I mentioned this earlier in the stream today, if you're able to buy in on the bottom of this George W at $6.40, you are up so freaking filthy right now. That is a solid opportunity. I don't think this is anywhere near over. AGTC does have a solid price target from many analysts, somewhere between $24 and $30 depending on the source. That is looking nasty. That is the most nasty George W that I've seen on a 1 minute chart here today. That looks absolutely beautiful. And if we look at the 1 month chart, the setup is there. We've got another macroscopically speaking George W double bottom situation, an ascending George W, an ascending double bottom with a bottom out here, another bottom out here. Nice bounce. Got a disgusting wide range candle bar forming right here. A nice engulfing candlestick pattern. I think you're going to end up seeing a retest on AGTC sometime soon of $8. This is a video this is a stock, guys, that I covered on the channel about a week ago. I said, guys, AGTC is going to be something nasty. It's going to be nasty. So if you got into this when I mentioned this about a week ago, when it was a lot cheaper, you are sitting so freaking dirty right now, my friends. Absolutely beautiful. Loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Thank you to whoever pointed that out. So we are approaching that buy zone, that retracement. Looking for a bounce off of $6.84. I don't want you guys to buy into this if you do not see a bounce because it could continue to bleed. So we're waiting for some sort of wide range candle and a engulfing candlestick pattern to signify that we found the bottom here on AGTC. That is my 2 cents here with this stock. I think it's got a lot of potential though, my friends. I do have a couple of call options. I've got 4 call options on AGTC for 7.5, and I do not plan on exercising them today or tomorrow or the next day because I think there's an immense amount of upside remaining here with this stock. UAMI is another stock that I have mentioned here on the channel. We will take a quick peek. Up about 4% on the day. Did touch about $1.84, but is right now sitting about $1.65. So it has been bleeding a little bit. We are on a descending level of a descending channel right now, a descending level of resistance. In fact, right now it's trading at 18 on the RSI, so it's pretty oversold. I don't see it dropping much lower than that, but I'm going to compare it to previous price action and just take a quick peek at what this is looking like. So it does look like we're testing a level of support right around here at about $1.65. So we're looking for that hold over $1.65 there with UAMI. Gonna read out some of these super chats. Thank you to everybody that's chilling here with us today. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang. Drop some gorillas in the chat, my friends, to give some love to the new viewers here, the new members of the community. We do appreciate everybody's time immensely. Please drop a like on the video if you would not mind doing that for me. It is immensely appreciated. So, coming from, let's take a quick peek here. Caleb says, I have ventricular tachycardia. I have fairly frequent palpitations. Luckily, my doc said my case is benign so far. So that's good, my friend. I'm glad you're healthy. Take care of yourself. Heart problems are really scary, man. They're really scary. My dad died of a heart attack about 5 years ago. It would have been 5 years ago in May. And that there's never a day that goes by that I don't think about it. For sure. You got to take care of yourself, my friend. I promise you. Put yourself first. Always. Always, always, always. We always invest in material things. But you got to invest in yourself before you invest in material things, my friends. If you're not in a good spot in physical health or mental health, you got to take care of that first and foremost. That is always going to be the top concern. So take care of yourself, feed yourself, keep the roof over your head, show yourself some self-love, my friend. That's what matters. I promise you, my man. Killed it. Got MVIs at 996 thanks to you. Up $22. Yeah, man. Keep holding. It's not even close to done. I'm so happy you're rocking, brother. That's awesome. Vicky says, can you take a look at ASRT? I bought it at 115. What is a good strategy, or should I keep long-term? I think ASRT is a long-term stock. I would continue to hold. This is just the beginning. A lot of institutional ownership with this company. I would continue to hold. In fact, if you want to average down, I think this is a good opportunity to do it at $1.24. Checking out AMC here really quick. We are trading at about $5.77. We've got a nice George W double bottom that has formed right here. It is not quite ascending, maybe just a hair ascending, right? We got a couple different touch points to signify that. Going to delete these different levels right here. But we do have a nice ascending level of support right here. It's currently trading at 46 on the RSI. Large buy wall sitting at about 569, which should act as a nice level of support if we do end up falling down to that level. Largest sell wall sitting at about $5.87, as I had mentioned previously. Gonna clean up the charts here a little bit. That's what we're looking at. We got a nice bounce right here. Bounce here, double bottom. George W forming on the charts. That is what we're looking at with AMC as it is now. More buyers than sellers by just a hair. Nice spread across the bid. Looks very nice. And that's atypical of what we've seen here in the past 10 minutes or so. All right. Thank you to Ryan. I appreciate that. Sidekickology. Ryan, again, thanks for the info. Bam, I appreciate that. Dade. Ron. Ron. Hey. Anybody else here eat at Broncos? Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Dark Sync. Really, gang. Hey, gang. We evolved our A, though, into yeah, eh? Yeah, eh? I feel that. I feel that. Lightly salted. Thanks to you, I made my first major profits off Sens. Just wanted to thank you and your content. Have a good day, man. I still believe in the squeeze. Amen, brother. I'm glad you're rocking with Sens. If you took a profit on Sens, there's no shame in that at all, right? Locking in profits is always a good thing to do. I think there's an immense amount of upside still remaining with Sens, but there's nothing wrong with taking profits. You can't be mad about taking profits, guys. James Mill. Thanks, bro. That procedure, if they elect to do it, should give you a lot of answers. Obviously, I don't have your chart in front of me, but stay on them. I will. I do. I will promise you. I promise you. So, Anuv, we will take a quick peek at Anuv while AMC is trading sideways here. Anuv is down here in the regular market hours today. Barcoding a little bit, not a lot of volume pumping in, which is typically a sign of what causes barcoding. They were in a downward moving channel, broke out of that descending level of resistance, and they are trading sideways right now. This is a good opportunity to buy in. I feel very comfortable with buying right now with Anuvo. Trading at 42 on the RSI. If you want to wait for a little more of a pullback, I think $1.55 is the better price. But there's not a large difference in that, overall. I do see people asking what my average price in AMC is. I do have that available for you right here. I have 422 total shares in AMC at a dollar cost average of 873. So that's what we're looking at right here. In my other brokerage account, I do have another 150 shares with a dollar cost average after my wash sale of about $18. So not good. Not good at all. But a wash sale just makes up for the previous losses. That's what I need to hit in order to break even. I think my overall average cost there is more like I would say about $11, but I haven't purchased more AMC in my other brokerage account. I've been buying more AMC in this one, so I haven't averaged down there. All right. So AMC is trading at 576, up 3% here on the day. On the level 2 is about an equal amount of buyers and sellers, but we do have that nice double bounce, double bottom. George W. looking pretty good. Volume is nothing crazy. Not a lot of volume, which means we're not going to have a lot of volatility. We want to see an increase in that volume to get that volatility, to really get this moving again, which we have not seen here yet with the Tuesday 2 million. Trading pretty sideways. Entry for MVIS. I don't think you're going to be able to get this under $20 ever again. And if you do, I'd be really, really surprised. Really, really surprised. I apologize that the screen is blurry, guys. I am using my phone as a hotspot at this current moment, so I do apologize for the blurry screen. There's not much I can do about that. The hotel Wi-Fi is down right now. But nonetheless, I think a good entry point for MVIS, if we just take a quick peek at the 1 month chart, I think somewhere around 21.26 to 21.50 is the most realistic entry point. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna fix my stream here really quick. I want to change the bandwidth on this because it is having some pretty bad lag. Okay, so I'm gonna close that out. So this should help the overall stream. I know that it is lagging a little bit, my friends. I do apologize for that. I just turned off my YouTube, so I should be able to have a little smoother movement here with the camera. So let me know if that ends up fixing the quality for you guys. I am hotspotting off of my my iPhone internet right now because the hotel internet is down as it's sitting right now. Gonna come back here to AMC. As it is sitting right now, AMC is still trading sideways. Not a lot of new developments here in terms of price action. But as it sits right now, we do still have a pretty solid buy wall sitting about 569 to 570. A lot of orders waiting to get filled. Followed by 572, which, if we just take a quick peek here, lines up pretty well with just a little bit of a break beneath that ascending level of support. So not terrible. I don't mind that at all as a potential entry point if you are looking to average down here or average up in the stock. Coming from Alex, love the content. I've had my own health issues and your mindset is inspiring. Can you talk about when to close a swing trade position for a profit? Hey, thanks, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. So closing a swing trade position, it is entirely dependent on how much profit you want to take, right? Sometimes if you take profit too early, you're going to leave some money on the table, which isn't the end of the world, right? It's good to sometimes secure profits and lock in, profits when you can for a 10%, 20%, 30% gain. But sometimes you're going to miss out on those 50, 60, 70% runners. So it really does come down to the individual stock. For Sens, for example, I think if you were to take profits on Sens right now, you'd be leaving money on the table because I think it's going to be a multiple day runner. Based on some news that we know we're expecting to come from the company, right? We do know that they're in a non-binding contract with Ambry, which works with Bill Gates. And if this does end up coming to fruition, they get that binding contract. It's going to run a lot more than what you've seen so far, right? All this price action has been based on basically just rumors and hype regarding that situation. So I would continue to hold on Sens. But another company, for example, where maybe it's a biopharmaceutical like ASRT, right? When they have a news catalyst come out regarding pipeline product or a news catalyst, earnings, direct offerings, right? Maybe those are more like 1 or 2 day swings, and it's okay to just lock in those 10 or 20% gains because there's not as much driving the price action. You're going to be able to really tell if you want to hold on to a stock based on the volume coming in and how much buying pressure there is, right? So if you're seeing not very smooth movements, like if we look at Sensonics right now, these are smooth moves. Like that is a lot of green candles, and the pullback really wasn't that bad. In fact, if we just take a quick peek here, the base of this run-up came down to about 78.6%, but nonetheless, before that it was 61.8% off of really, really clean movement. So I think it's going to be a multiple day runner. And if you look at this, on the 5-day chart, it's been heating up for quite some time. I would continue to hold here, right? So it depends entirely on the stock. If you want to lock in a 20% gain, maybe lock in, half of your overall position, lock in profits, let the other half ride. That is a strategy that I see a lot of people do. But personally, I just take it stock by stock. I do try to give, different strategies regarding what I think is the way to play out certain plays on my videos as well. So watch for that. That's my 2 cents there. I saw somebody drop this in the chat, said, if we got paid 2 cents every time this guy gave us his 2 cents, we'd all be millionaires. Dude, that made me laugh. I just wanted to recognize that. Real recognize real, dude. That was a good joke. That made me chuckle. All right. So I did just look at Sens. I hope you're able to catch that. Sandollar, you're an OG, my friend. I know you're always watching these live streams. Good morning to you. Hope you're rocking, drinking some good coffee. ANGL, SCKT. I will check this out here very briefly, and then we're going to come back to AMC and give you guys a quick update on the price action there. So SCKT, as it's sitting right now, is up about... Whoa! Don't buy into this right now. Please, please, please be very, very careful. This is so freaking risky. This is so risky. Please wait for a pullback. Please, 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 please wait for a pullback. You might get lucky. You might get a nice break on this, but you might get freaking wrecked. And this is a lot of uncharted territory. If you buy in right now at 12.38 and it retraces back down to $7, you are sitting bad. We haven't seen a pullback yet. I don't like buying into a stock like this. So if you're going to buy into this, be very, very careful. That's all I'm saying. Set a trailing stop loss, please, please, please. I really don't want you to get ripped. But as it's sitting right now, we've got an ascending level of support. So if you do decide to buy into this, I think a buy-in right around this area at about 11.20 is the best possible entry point. Coming back here to AMC, it is currently trading at $5.77, still trading pretty sideways. Not a lot of volume pumping into the stock. Large sell wall sitting about $5.80. That has moved down here just a hair. So it's squeezing down in price action, getting a little bit tighter. Large buy wall sitting between $5.69 and $5.70 as it sits right now. So still trading pretty sideways. Robbie says, you made some money, bro, so it's my turn to get back. Oh, I appreciate that, dude. MaxD is suing Google for 100 billion lawyers. Check it. Appreciate that, man. I have actually read a little bit on MaxD. They're up 100. Oh, never mind. Up 59% here today. That's solid. This is an OTC market stock, very similar to the HCMC situation. So if they win that lawsuit, they make a lot of money. From my understanding, that lawsuit has been in the making for quite a few years. So I don't know if it's going to wrap up anytime soon, but the hype is definitely there. And you want to pay attention to where sentiment is with traders. And there's a lot of sentiment with MaxD. So it seems like there's definitely some solid potential. I'm going to take a quick peek at HCMC and see how it's doing today. Down. Oh, it's actually up on the day. Up 15%. On the day, it had to have a nice gap up. Currently trading at about 0.0049, which seems like a pretty solid buying opportunity to me since we do have a little bit of a pullback. But I do want to look at this on the 1 month chart to get a more realistic perspective. I feel pretty comfortable with that. That's not bad. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Currently trading at 58 on the RSI. That's a pretty solid buying and entry point opportunity. AMC is trading at about 576, still trading pretty sideways here. Gonna check out Charity. Good options price for AGTC. So my options that I have on AGTC, I did the 7.5 strike expiration of 19 March 21, and I got 4 options on that. So if you want to do something similar, I will pull up AGTC quick. Oh my God, she was just going to town. She was just going to town. That is nasty. It's about to retest the previous high. We got a George W. Oh, so we got a nasty George W. Foreman right here. I got the 7.5 strike, but of course you're going to be paying a lot higher of a premium now than what I did about a week ago. So if you check out the 19 March 7.5 strike, there is a pretty decent amount of open interest here, but you're paying about $1.55 for the premium, whereas I paid about $1. So I think if you, it's risky. It's risky, but if you want to do more of an in-the-money play, you can do the 750 strike and pretty much guarantee yourself some money. Man, I want to check out the live action on this. It looks like it's going to test out that 739 resistance. I'm very excited to see this. We're going to see if it breaks that 739 resistance. It's trying really hard. We got that George W. The volume is there. The RSI is 67, so there's a lot of buying pressure, a lot of buying momentum, which is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm loving the bullish movement here. We're waiting for that push. We've got a nice ascending level of support. I would anticipate sometime within the next 5 minutes, you're going to see either a really hard push up or a break back down. Looking very solid right now. Is GME dead, you think? Cut losses and bank in on AMC. I don't necessarily think GME is dead. I think it's still got potential, but I think as long-term hold, right, if the squeeze doesn't happen, you're going to get screwed with GameStop because they didn't capitalize on their gains. They didn't capitalize on the fact that the stock was trading at $500 and raised some money. And I personally think they're going to go bankrupt eventually. You know, I love GameStop. It's a really nostalgic company for me. Every time I think about them, I get excited because I had so many fond memories with this company. I mean, I was like a kid in the candy store, man. I love checking out the games and just testing out different stuff on the PlayStation and the Xbox and the Wii, et cetera, et cetera. But I personally like AMC more as a situation because if the squeeze doesn't happen with GameStop, I think it's game over. If the squeeze doesn't happen with AMC, I don't think it's game over. I still think there's upside. So that's my 2 cents there. My thoughts with IDX, I'm very, very bullish. Very bullish. That's a long-term hold for me. I would hold that for at least a year. Don't even look at the price. Hold it for a year, and you're not going to be disappointed in the least bit. That is my personal opinion there. A lot of folks asking about Zohm. So I think Zohm is down on the day. This is a buying opportunity. It has run a lot. So Zohm has been a huge runner for a couple of days now, and I don't think it's going to drop below that 233. It's barcoding pretty bad, which means there's not a lot of volume moving in here. I think if you buy in right now at 233 to average up or down, you'll get treated pretty well. That's a stock that'll pay you down the road. All right, Trey, good to see you woke up full of sunshine and cornflakes. 2 hours into your live stream. Time for a break, brother. Oh, yeah, man. No, I like rocking. We're chilling right now, man. I should do it. I'm probably going to use the bathroom pretty quick here and then come back and get back to the action. But, you know, I appreciate that, Sandollar. Watching out for me. Reggie, I just went over Zoom. Hope you're able to catch that. Christy, thank you. Monkey Bread, can I get you 2 cents on Hyliion earnings coming up? So if the Hyliion earnings are positive, I don't know what to expect. I'm not invested in Hyliion. This is honestly a company that I'm surprised has been doing so well. I think Hyliion's got good potential, but it's been flat for a long time, up until just recently. But I think there's a lot of anticipation for those earnings, which is why you're seeing it move a lot. Typically, people will move pretty hard in price action leading up to earnings just because of hopes for a solid run, a solid earnings potential. So to me, it's a buy the hype, sell the news kind of play. If there's a lot of hype surrounded by those earnings, so if you want to ride that, you definitely can. It's currently trading pretty high on the RSI though. It's 76, so there's a lot of risk involved. Be careful. I would say if you already have a position to continue holding, if you want to establish a position, I think it's a little risky to get in right now. I'd honestly hold off, but that's my personal opinion, my friend. So AMC, coming back here to AMC, as it's sitting right now, it's trading at $5.72. Not a lot of action happening here. It's been slowly bleeding. Sitting at about $5.73, 74 cents right now. It does look like it might break beneath this ascending level of support, but we're going to have to wait and see. We do have this double bottom. We're waiting for a respect of this ascending level of support. A good little push. We got a lot of buying pressure, a lot of buyers waiting to get orders filled at 569, 570, 571, and 72. More buyers than sellers right now. Largest sell while sitting at about $5.80. RSI is very low, sitting at 36. On the 1 month chart, we're going to take a look at the RSI. And on the 1 month chart, it's sitting at about 47. So we saw a nice push here in the pre-market up to about 78, which is a nice little run here for AMC. But it is selling off here a little bit, right? So that's how it's sitting right now. Not much happening. I'm going to come back here to AGTC as the stock has been running very nicely here in the morning. Currently sitting at about $7.30. Does look like they had a false break over this level of resistance at 739, but they're going to get a second test. It's going to get a second test here. So we're looking for a wide range bar to close above that 739 mark. Got nice volume. The volume needs to follow through. And if you get that push over 739 and a good push, right? To me, that's going to indicate that we got a test of possibly $8. I am feeling very, very good about AGTC right now, my friends. That is looking beautiful. Dang dirty. Great streams, Trey. Should I enter into Sens now? Let me take a quick peek at Sens. So Sensonics is up 19% on the day. Dang. God dang Flabbit. Holy Toledo. Currently trading at 496. So it looks like it's going to test out that 540 mark pretty soon here. I do have some call options on Sensonics. I've got 4 options at the 5.5 strike, expiring on March 19th. So it does look like we got a nice George W right here. This looks like a solid buying opportunity. I'm not going to lie. Sitting at 59 on the RSI, I feel pretty comfortable with the buying right here. That's the chance. That's the chance. To everybody that's just tuning into the live stream, welcome to the Gorilla Gang. Welcome to the family. I do appreciate everybody's time immensely. I'm glad to have you here as a part of the community and part of the team. If you don't mind dropping a like on the video for your fellow apes, your fellow brothers and sisters, and for the Gorilla Gang, that would mean a lot to me. Show some love to the new people here in the community by dropping a couple gorillas in the comment section, my friends. It does mean a lot to me. But Sensonics, now is a pretty solid time to buy in if you're looking for a swing trade. It does look like it's beginning some solid momentum. We've got the double bottom here, the George W, which typically, I would say 6, 7, 8 times out of 10 ends up being a nice indicator of an upcoming run. And it does look like we might get that. We got that nice wide range candle right now. We've got the most selling pressure sitting at about $5, which it does look like we're about to eat up. Next big wall is going to be sitting at about $5.05. So waiting for a push over that $5.05. Nice even spread across the bid. Guys, that is a nice even spread across the bid. But there are more sellers and buyers right now. It does look like more people are exercising market buys than limit orders. So keep that in the back of your mind. But nonetheless, it is on a nice upward moving channel right now. That is looking very nice. AGTC, we're going to come back to here today. AGTC is sitting at about $7.38, getting ready to retest that 739 mark. It is still respecting that ascending level of support. We do have that George W, that double bottom, which is absolutely filthy, looking nice. We're going to watch for the new test of that high at $7.50. You get a push over that 750 mark, you're going to be looking at something really nasty with AGTC. I am loving the price action here today, my friends. I have an option on AGTC 750 expiration July. Keep going up. Let's go. Sleepless hustler money. You can't go wrong there, my friend. I think you're going to do pretty solid. I would hold that to the grave. That is looking nice. You're not going to go wrong in the least bit. I got 5.5K on IDX at 504 average price. It's down 10%. Should I sell or keep? I would just average down. I would keep it. I think IDX is going to be a $20 stock at the end of the year. Just wait out. So it does look like you're getting a test over that 739. We're at 740 right now. Got a little bit of candle wick, a little bit of price rejection, but a nice buy wall at 730. Even amount of buyers and sellers, maybe a slight amount higher amount of buyers and sellers, but a large buy wall sitting at 730, which does line up pretty well with this ascending level of support. But it does look like we're going to get that push. We're getting that push right now. We want to see that test of $7.50. We got a nice wide range candle. Currently trading at about 745. 750 has a large sell wall, so we need a lot of buyers to step into that 750 mark in order to push above that sell wall. Clearly trading at 748, coming up very close. Volume is very high. We got a nice push in volume. Volume is trending very high compared to what we've seen here in the past, which has led to this nice ascending channel, this nice ascending level of support. In order to respect any ascending level of support, you always look for at least 3 touch points, which we do get. 1, 2, 3, 4 different touch points here. Testing out that 750 right now, 748. 750 has 12,000 shares waiting to get sold. I do think there's some people waiting to take some profits on the stock. 749. 749. Large sell wall right here at 750. We need some nice volume to step in here in order to push over that level of resistance. It's testing it. The overall trend is macroscopically bullish. We got the push. 758. 758 is the new high of the day. 758, we do have quite a few sellers waiting to get their orders filled at. 758. Oh, those got filled. Dang. So now we got the most sellers waiting to get orders filled at 764 and 767. So 767 is going to be the new level of resistance to watch for. AGTC is on an absolute rampage today, my friends. This is looking absolutely nasty, absolutely filthy. We've got an ascending level of support right here that is being very well respected. We've got a lot of volume pumping in, which is driving the volatility of the stock. This is a great opportunity for a swing trade. I've been putting this play on your guys' radar for about a week now. It did take some time to play out, but my friends, my family, my fellow gorillas and apes, this is a stock that is going insane right now. Looking absolutely dirty. It is currently at 22% up on the day, 23% up on the day, getting ready to test out that 767 level of resistance. Not as many buyers as sellers at the moment. We've got a large sell wall sitting at 767. But it's still moving very, very nicely right now. I'm going to come back here to AMC and just take a quick peek. Still trading pretty sideways, trading at about $5.71 as of right now. Still trading pretty sideways. In fact, it is getting ready to test out this level of support at 569, where we do have quite a few orders waiting to get filled. And it does look like quite a few of them did get filled. The next level of support is going to be at about $5.60. My friends, I am going to use the bathroom here really quick, so I will be right back. Just going to pause the video here and just give me about 30 seconds. Okay, we are back, my friends, my family. So, coming back here to AGTC, we are going to take another look at AGTC really quick here. Give me 1 second to pull it back up. Currently sitting up 23% on the day, sitting at about $7.61. Why is this an important company? Why do I feel so confident that AGTC is going to do something good? I want to show you guys the AGTC institutional ownership. This is a very significant number that I think a lot of people should pay attention to. So, we're just going to pull this up here really quick. AGTC institutional ownership. Take a peek at this. This is according to Fintel. So according to Fintel, as of right now, the AGTC institutional ownership is pretty significantly high. We have 188 total institutional owners, which is 45% of the total available shares on the stock. That is very, very significant. If we look at the most recent buyers, as of February 12th, we had 4 companies step into this stock, which makes up about 20% of the total institutional ownership. That is a very significant number. That is a lot of shares. That is very significant. You guys need to pay attention to where the big money goes, because that is going to point into the direction of what stocks are going to pop. And AGTC has been a huge, huge pop of a stock, baby. Looking absolutely beautiful. I did wash my hands. Thank you for asking and pointing that out. But I did end up washing my hands. I'm a fast peer. I got out of my system very fast. Appreciate the concern, my friend. All right, so 3 contracts of AGTC, 419 and 195. Goodbye. Let me take a quick peek on 419. January, February, March. I think you mean 16. $1.95. So I'm not sure which one you're seeing. The 7.5, I don't mind that. You're going to have to buy it at 205 though, not at $1.95. But I think that's a pretty safe call, for sure. All right, so it's currently sitting at about $7.77. New high of the day at $7.80. We've got the most sellers waiting to get orders filled at $7.89 as of right now. So we're waiting to see a test of that $7.89, $7.90 level. As it sits right now, there are more sellers than buyers, but we have been pushing very nicely, which to me indicates that there are quite a few people waiting to get orders filled. I shouldn't say waiting to get orders filled, but buying at market value instead of setting limit orders on the buy. I would not be surprised if you see some day traders in the stock right now getting ready to rocket this thing. I think it's a lot of day trading happening here with AGTC. This stock does have a $24 to $30 price target from several analysts, which could be a contributor to the action happening here on the stock. It also has a large amount of institutional buyers, in case you were just tuning in right now to the stream. Coming back here to AMC, we're going to take a quick peek at this, my friends. So AMC, as it sits right now, is trading pretty sideways. It is not moving a whole lot. The volume is nothing to write home about. In fact, it has dropped off a lot. In a 1 minute window, we were looking at somewhere between 10,000 and 150,000 shares, which is nothing to write home about in the least bit. Thank you, Carlos, for the super chat. I appreciate that, my friend. Thoughts on IVR? $7 calls for January 22. I just bought 171 contracts. Holy Toledo, dude. So we'll take a quick peek at IVR. So as it's sitting right now, IVR is down about 1.44%. I'm going to take a quick peek at the 1 month chart. I think it's possible, especially if you set it out for 22. That gives you a lot of time for this to play out. I feel pretty confident in that. It's trading sideways right now, but you shouldn't go bad with that. As long as you believe in the company and did your due diligence, man. I don't know anything about the company, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to do something, right? But if you have good due diligence, you feel confident in the course, and I shouldn't say the course, in the stock, right? Then the price is psychological. All you got to do is wait it out. All right. Living blessed. I own 3,400 shares of Vine before the reverse stock split. What happens to my shares? So those 3,400 shares get split back down. So 4-to-1. So those 3,400 shares, if you divide it by 4, that became 850 total shares. So now you own 850 shares worth 4 times as much as the single share was worth before. So that's what you're looking at with Vine. AGTC, good time to buy. I would not buy in right now. It is running very, very hard. You're going to be chasing the stock if you buy in at this current moment. What you're looking at with Vine. AGTC, good time to buy. I would not buy. AGTC is on an absolute rampage. Buying it at 786 is a little bit risky. It does look like it did test $8. Currently trading at $7.89. On the level 2s, we got the most sellers waiting to go orders fill at $8, which is where we see this level of resistance right now. Man, my friends, my family, this is looking absolutely disgusting, filthy. This is a very, very clean run. Look at all these nice green candles, my friends. That is such a clean move. We have a nice, respected ascending level of support. If you want to buy into this, I would wait for a pullback down to at least this ascending level of support, but the volume is insane right now. The RSI is extremely overbought. The 15 MA is gapping over the 200 EMA exponentially, moving at a crazy, crazy rate as it's sitting right now. My friends, this looks dirty. This looks so filthy. We're finally seeing a little bit of a micro pullback here. I would anticipate, based on previous pullbacks, that you're going to see about 50 to 60%. So if we see that same pullback play out here, what is that going to look like? Exactly this, 61.8% right here at 761. And that's if it continues its upward trajectory. It might end up pulling back more than that. So we got to wait and see. We're looking for a bounce off of this ascending level of support with AGTC, but I am very bullish on this stock. I think it's got an immense amount of upside, and we're looking absolutely beautiful. Thoughts on NEPT? Dipping today, worth buying. You always want to buy on the dips and sell on the rips. So if you believe in the company, I would say, yeah, I'd say go for it. It's down a lot, though. 26% is pretty crazy. So I would feel pretty comfortable with a buy-in right here, but we haven't found a bottom yet. So wait for some green volume and green candles to signify that you found a bottom. I would wait. Year-long calls on sends, I would say do it for sure. I think a year from now, if they really capitalize on their EverSend system, it's going to be a triple-digit stock. Here, so I am going to call this live stream. My internet is really crapping out, so I apologize. It is going pretty roughly. I tried my best to get this to happen. The hotel Wi-Fi has been absolutely atrocious lately. We had some really, really bad storms that hit Oklahoma, and the power is out in a lot of places. The internet's down. The heat is out in a lot of rooms. So I am going to have to call this live stream. I do apologize. But we will be back here for another live stream tomorrow morning. Hopefully the internet is back on, and we can get back to cooking with Crisco. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. If you would not mind dropping a like on the video today. So thank you for tuning into the live stream, fellow Gorilla Gang. I appreciate everybody immensely. Take it easy, my friends, and peace.